change to walk home with.
Yeah, but I mean, good luck. You're gonna need it. But we are gonna go into our first match of the weekly here. I see a Hokutomaru, and I saw the Dong Hwan, a character that doesn't get a lot of love in this version of the game, but I fought him a lot because one of my locals plays him. So this character is a treat to watch.
Yeah, it's a character that doesn't exactly have all like the top tier tools and everything, but they still hit like an absolute truck just off the smallest conversions like we're seeing here on screen. It's a nice little DP to start things off and cool little like 15% off the board. It's almost like a one-track mindset where you just want to hunt down and look for those mix-ups with Dong.
Nice. I like the usage of the DP there in the middle of the potential gap for the Kuhadan from Yurikov. This is a great amount of damage. Gonna be a hard knockdown. Nice blocks. Oh my god, but you got caught in the frame trap.
Yeah, it's one thing with a character like Hokutomaru, you really want to abuse those movement options, but when a character like Dong is all over you, it's hard to get those off. Yurikov answering back though, getting themselves a little bit of damage. See if they can find the way out of the corner here.
Oh, that's a great starter. Gets the JC into the light confirm into super. Mike still has the lead, but the red blow ends up whipping. That is going to give Yurikov the health lead, but not enough to kill. Maybe another touch scenario, whips the DP. Oh my god, no!
Bit of a drop there, gets grabbed out of it. It could be a guess for game scenario, trying to stomp on the Jays, but a great tech from the side of Yurikov. They take to the skies, but get caught with the super. That was a great reaction from the side of Mike.
I didn't actually think that was going to go high enough. I'm so used to moves like that where the hitbox doesn't actually come out until they hit the ground. But, I mean, great there from Mike to recognize that the hitbox extends all the way up there for the anti-air.
He's off here in round number 2. Yurikov cooking early. I like putting the SPG up in front, getting the most out of those red blows. You can see in the combo there for the hard knockdown and come right back in with some Oki.
Yeah, it's a really great knockdown for Hokutomaru early. A little high on the rev gauge, which might become an issue because I know Dong has a lot of great reset points in his special moves. He's probably one of the characters with the most breaks among his special moves.
They're catching some more damage. Just have 2 bars of super on land. They want to make something happen with it. One more hit should do it for Yurikov if they can convert. Playing the distance game, throwing the shurikens a bit.
Slow and steady from Mike. He dies to any next hit, but now Yurikov, never mind. Gets the JV counter hit into the light confirm. The overheat doesn't matter. We're going to round 3 in game number 1.
Yeah, and both players sitting on that full stick of butter with their super gauge. Yurikov trying to command dash inward. Gets the air to air. Look for the side to side mix up, but Mike was ready for it.
Another break. Oh, that could have been real bad. Okay, gets the DP out on the pressure string, but the wake up reversal super. Yurikov now in control. Blocks it. Gonna be a huge punish. This should knock Mike out of SPG, which kind of really sucks. Oh no, he's still in it.
One more hit should be able to take him out of it. Another whiff rev blow, and that's a little tap that he needed to get Mike out of SPG there. Gotta watch the meter revving up just a tiny bit, but it's all Yurikov right now.
Yeah, that should be enough to kill. Should just be the level 1 super afterwards. Easy peasy. Game 1 to Yurikov. Oh, but he goes for the hitting gear. Make him watch.
That's that cool-off meter right there. You know, Yurikov just started cooking, had to get the hands a little rest. But I love what Yurikov's doing on defense, just staying patient. We saw a big block there that kind of just led to the opening of Mike's defense, and Yurikov just ran away with it.
Yeah, he really didn't get anything started. Not a lot of block strings that ended in much of anything. Didn't really commit to any of the light button confirms. Dog doesn't really have access to a lot of great light confirms, but he does have light buttons in the super. So I did want to see that a little bit more from Mike, but I know it's overwhelming to get caught in the pace of Hokutomaru, especially when he's just jumping around.
Exactly. That was a great DP from the side of Mike, but busting out the red blow is Yurikov. Looking for a cross-up going low, and both players just switching side right now. No one really wants to give up that corner at this point, but Mike gets a good grab to put him down.
I like the spacing there. The jump a little bad, though. Oh, but that's even worse. Gets clipped by the 2C. Gonna be Yurikov putting themselves on set point.
Yeah, and Yurikov not really having to rely on too much of the movement of Hokutomaru. We saw a couple of double jumps, so mostly staying on the ground and getting a lot of their damage. Great throw off of that. That's a real big knowledge check. When they go for the stomp there, you can throw them out of it.
Oh, that feels real bad to whiff. Puts you in the corner, a knockdown scenario, and you get caught by the frame trap Kuhadan break. Should just be a super somewhere here. Yeah, we are going to see the hitting gear yet again. Gonna put Mike in a really bad spot.
That's big time damage. No rev blow in sight. And Mike's still sitting on some super here, so he has some options, but it's almost going to be business decision time as Yurikov's going to come in with some strong Oki here. What's going to be the answer? A wake up super to take him out of the skies again, but a JD. Perfectly timed for Yurikov.
Oh my god, the double jump into the JV wild punish yet again leads to the light confirm that you need, and Yurikov taking it 2-0 over Mike El Pasa. Or El Paisa.
Speaking of a lower tier character, a lot of people had Billy Kane kind of on the lower end of their tier list when the game first came out, and I've been seeing just character or player after player just pilot this character to make them pretty much doubt how I was looking at them in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think like he's the Dalzim of this game, which is very much true, except he kind of has way better hit confirms than Dalzim, at least in this game, which is a good thing to have. It's just he can't really play defense like a lot of other characters. He doesn't really, right there. He doesn't really get access to a lot of just defend guard cancels that you would if you're playing another character. He really has to play what we call like the anime style defense, where you're like fuzzy up backing, like fuzzy jumping to try to block stuff or try to get out of stuff and just space yourself. And against some characters, it's a death sentence.
Yeah, and speaking of against characters who's a death sentence, I mean, Rock right now is just another one of those characters that's just up there on the tier list, a do-it-all character, the Shoto-like of the game, and I can't find a weakness in this character.
I think his biggest thing would be like consistent high damage, which, I mean, Hokutomaru doesn't get a lot either, but Hokutomaru just has way better movement. I think Rock is a great all-arounder, as he has access to a lot of utility, and having access to 2B, 5B into Knuckle is still really nice because it means consistent mid-screen confirms. And yeah, just like that, you can still get low on hit off of EX Rage Run to combo into a light confirm. Uh-oh. Yep. Oh, you're dead, by the way. Goodbye. Show me the hitting gear.
Big time full animation. That's another thing that Rock has, is just that command grab will always grab me when I'm least suspecting in the middle of a string. And Dany is, from being a Guilty Gear player like Dany is, he knows exactly how to get those mix-ups when he's looking for them.
Yeah, his command grab in this game is far more prevalent than it was ever in KOF. And that really just comes down to how the neutral and movement is played in this game. Because yeah, like you can hop out of stuff, but 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get a great punish unless you're doing a hard read. And the issue is, like, it's so easy against characters like Rock with a great high stand jab to get caught out of potentially trying to hop out, and then you just get put in the blender.
Exactly. Well, let's see how if Liquido can crack the code here. Dany Maza with a nice little 1-0 lead. Pretty dominant in the round so far. See if Liquido can go ahead and stick with that cane just a little bit more to keep Dany at bay, because he's just been running in and just kind of running an offensive train so far.
Nice, Farsi. Great stuff. Gets knocked down with the EX pull. All right, half health. That's a lead for Liquid right now. He's going to need to play super solid, not get caught whiffing a Farsi.
Great defense so far. Checking with the 2B there.
I like that. Usage of the 6A to catch the hop. That is the one thing that Billy kind of lacks. It's a great way to stop people from hopping.
Jumping there, JD, and Dany's just hunting him down at this point, switching sides in the corner, but keeping the offense going.
Oh, we go over the fireball. Nice, great hit confirm. Doesn't lead into super, goes for Rekka instead, but now you have corner control. Plus frames.
One more hit should do it. There's another light confirm. Excuse me, one more hit should do it, but a nice rising tackle from the side. You break, that's big time damage incoming. Put themselves in an overheat in the process, but Liquido find himself in the corner.
Don't super, don't super. You could die for this. Yes! The wake up mash, we've done it!
I respect that. That's the zoner's best friend right there, is the wake up mash. You never expect it, especially with Billy Kane. That 2B just so potent.
Yeah, that 2B is 5 frames. Really great normal. Nice usage of the 6A yet again to go over the grounded fireball. Yeah, having access to his 5 frame 2B makes a lot of his mash outs way, way better. A lot of players aren't willing to really mash out with Billy. And I think they kind of get lost in the sauce of trying to wake up reversal super, because that is the only invincible reversal that he has.
Like Liquido not afraid there, and they're kind of turning it up now. Dany Maza finding himself in a massive life deficit. Does have those 2 bars of super. He wants to make some magic happen. Find another low confirm there.
Yes, he has access to what I call the BB tag. Just defend, guard cancel, red blow in to die.
Big time damage off of that, and Liquido putting themselves on the board now, 1 round apiece. A tale of 2 games there so far. It's just momentum one way or momentum the other. Yeah,
this game I think really leads itself a lot into that. I think a lot of the player base is not really okay with blocking too many extended sequences. And I guess that leads a lot into overheat and how much rev you're stacking up. So I wonder, like, if any of it will slow down over time. But, like, right now, it's like people block 2 normals, and then it's like, I want to mash.
Yeah, I feel that as well. As the game's developing, you kind of realize how dangerous being in overheat is. So it's like you might want to trade off some damage from building that gauge up.
I like that spacing right there from Liquid, but now you're thrown. Dany on the offense gets the cross-up JB, which is huge. Not enough to knock Liquid out of SPG, so the BB tag is real. Oh, what a backdash! He goes airborne!
Absolutely great call from Liquid O there. Now he's on the attack. Daniel Maza still in SPG. Looking for the fireball there. Another low confirmed, just poking away at him, and Danny's going to find themselves out of SPG. See if we finish off with the super here for the damage. Not going to be enough to kill. Business decision time.
Oh, that just killed. I did way more damage than I thought. I was like, in my head, I was like, he can universal overhead, but I don't think it's gonna kill unless he counter hits, and then it just killed anyways.
I gotta save down one of the notes. I like to call that the Scrooge McDuck. Looks like the old NES game right there. Great wild punish from the side of Dany, and you're gonna go to the corner now.
Uh-oh. Gets caught, stand teching. That's not great. Okay, the rev blow to make space. The air rev blow to win the neutral interaction.
Low confirm there, Dany almost in SPG. Kind of backing up here, playing his spacing, wants to chase the Reppuken. Gotta worry about the rev blow from the side of Liquid O.
Ooh, the 60. That is very negative on block, though. Does go over fireballs, but wow, that is crazy. Tech roll into the throw, because you did give up your throw protection. Now it's time to guess. It's the 3 backdash, I'm away.
Yeah, Dany just kind of playing it safe here, just keeping their distance, staying away from the farthest poke, but running right back in with another wild punish. Doesn't convert into anything but the command throw. The jump scare finds its home, and now it's going to be final game, final round for both 2 players.
He's doing run-up neutral low dodge. Or I guess high dodge in that scenario. He's literally just doing run-up universal anti-air to go under the far C or the pogo stick. But that's a huge open-up for Dany. That's going to lead to so much damage. Over half health already on Liquid. Next throw knocks him out of SPG. Not even going to need it. Shining Knuckle into the hard knockdown. Command grab does kill here. Goodbye.
And as you say it, it finds its home. That's a quick round for Dany Almazes. They're going to be taking a 2-1 over Liquid O.
He alt F4'd. He alt F4'd him.
In really simple ways, it's just kind of special, super, and 40-50% of your life is gone.
Yeah, so this is Rogelio, who did play Yurikov the other night in the grand finals. I think it might have been City of the Cream or Breakout. I remember it was on Monday. Ended up resetting the bracket and then taking the set 10 games over Yurikov. And then I saw them play on Dark Angel's stream, and Dark Angel delivered the craziest amount of bust ass.
Well, speaking of bust ass right now, Rogelio picking up right where he left off. It's big time damage. Catching out with the super, I like it. And right now, Lokof going to be in business decision time.
Oh, nice. Yeah, uses the +2 frames to get the dash up throw. Those situations off of EX pull-in can lead to some funny pick throw scenarios. His close A on block is +1, so it's a very great button to do kick throws with.
Also confirmed there from Rogelio. Going to the corner. Slowly poking away with that 2B. It's just like you pointed out, that 5 framer is just ever so potent, but Lokof answering right back. I like the rev guard to get some space.
Oh. Stay the DP. Stays on the same side. The DP again. No press. Stop pressing.
3 times in a row is definitely a call. Looks for one there, but gets caught with the air rev blow. Looks like Rogelio should be able to cash out with another super here to get some more damage. Going to take the Oki instead.
Yeah, that routing is really tough. You need to really want to spend there. No just defend, because you can't. You're in overheat. Oh, but you still get a chance to play the game. Next, light confirm into super does kill. Not going to be able to get it. The JB on the other side is going to lead to the round for Lokof.
It's letting those DP rips out of the combo, in the combo. Either way, it's working out for Lokof right now. 1 round apiece. And I like the call to put the SPG up in front, especially playing against Billy King. You want to punish a lot of those long-reaching normals. And one with the combo there.
Okay, that's going to be a huge punish. You're taking so much damage. All right, we do get a 50-50 off of this. Still an SPG, though. Oh, my God.
Breaking
my
up the
turn.
monotony. Looking for the cross
Clear
up there,
deadlock.
but gets caught landing. One more hit should do it. Finds the overhead, converts into it, into the super, and Lokof will be taking the first game over Rogelio.
My favorite 50-50 mix-up character, Marco Rodriguez.
Hey, I tell you what, I get hit by that overhead online more than I probably should. I'm not passing the boomer test yet. I'm not 30 quite yet, but my reaction to that is slower than all hell.
It's also like 19 frames.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very fast overhead. It's like in the realm of Jin 6A from Blaze Blue. If people know what that move looks like, that is an overhead of all time. It's significantly harder to react to, but he also only gets confirms off of it through overdrive or through the dash cancel that you get. But it's that one's like a 18 frame overhead or something.
All right, well, let's get into game number 2. See if Rogelio can have a little bit of a comeback here. It just seemed like once Lokof got his hands on him, it was just all business from there, just finding their cross-ups and everything, coming right back in, spending some meter.
No punish. So scared of the DP, he got mind controlled.
Yeah, sometimes the threat of it is more dangerous than the actual action. Very big counter hit there. Rogelio now in SPG, but another low confirm finds it home.
Okay, gonna be a great knockdown. Knocked out of SPG. 50-50 time, but techs the throw. Nice guess. Alright, one more. Okay. Just mashes. Just gets meaty counter hit by the close D.
Sometimes you gotta, we saw earlier another Billy Kane on stream just mashing away. That time didn't work out. Great anti-air from the side of Lokof there. And right now, Rogelio's just living in the corner.
Yo, that meaty. Was that supposed to bait out? I don't even know what that. I don't think that was intentional, but if that was supposed to bait out something specific, it's very funny. Does the super on block again. Lokof does block it. Gonna be a whole lot of damage and lead to the 50-50 scenario. Nice block.
Good chunk of damage there from Rogelio. Gotta get Lokof at SPG. You don't want to get caught with his hitting gear. But gets caught with the anti-air super either way, and the dash in. One more hit should do it. Just mashing the lights away.
I mean, as you should, Billy. What the hell is Billy gonna do?
Say a prayer.
He's got okay frame data. He doesn't have great frame data for the close-up, but it was that buffer on that air rev blow with Lokof to get the super was actually insane. I didn't think he was gonna buffer it that quickly. And I think it's hard to really be a bad character with a DP break when you have at least one good footsie normal.
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of just you know, the bread and butter of how to be a good character in this game with that DP break. But right now, should be Xandydiu coming in with a nice little jump in right there with Ryuki. Trying to get themselves back to neutral.
How do we get 2 dongs on stream? People are playing this character? Nice DP break on the jump.
No, there's actually a couple of Dong players from my region who just really believe in the character. From the tools that they do lack, they just love that the fact that they can just touch someone and then immediately do 50%. Character really does push out damage like crazy.
Okay, Ryuki with the corner control, gonna make the super whiff, gonna, wow, get the far B off of the wild punish to get the EX knuckle, or EX elbow into the full confirm is crazy recognition from Ryuki there. These Skullgirls players, how do they do it?
That's exactly right. If you just watch the way Ryuki's played Skullgirls and the way they play now, you can see the similar ability in just recognizing certain spots and then executing on top of it. Right now, I believe it's Xandydiu or Xandydiu. I'm struggling with that name there.
Xandydiu?
Xandydiu, there we go.
Oh my god, the Rebel again doesn't end up working out. Ryuki still in offensive control. Oh, goodbye. Oh, didn't kill, but an overhead is crazy.
You almost know what's coming at a certain point and you can't help but just stare at it.
Listen, man, it's tough. The fact that they gave him the car cancel off of 6B to command grab in this game is, I think, really, really good. I didn't know if they were actually going to give it to him. I call it 6B, but it is the universal overhead input. But, like, in every other iteration, that normal is 6B. So in my head, I'm like, that's 6B. Doesn't have that in that game. Just the universal overhead.
Nah, but that car cancel into the command grab, I mean, if I had $1 for every single time that I got hit by it, I wouldn't have to even try to compete for the Esports World Cup at this point. But Ryuki looking pretty solid in their first game here. Put Xandy over in the corner a couple of times. We saw them make that level 1 miss and just kind of just ran away with it from there.
Yeah, Ryuki is definitely one of the standouts in the recent net play string of tournaments that have been happening lately. They've been doing very well, making consistent top 8s, taking sets off of very well-known SNK players. And it's not very common, because in KOF, you don't see a lot of the younger players dethroning the older SNK heads, because they are molded in that environment. But in Fatal Fury, it's a whole different ballgame. And just like you're seeing right now, this is what they've been doing to people in all of these net play brackets.
One more guess, mash out the light, and that's going to work out. Ryuki now on match point. Quicker than we can finish the conversation. They're just going to town right now.
Yeah, I mean, running the strings, running the great pressure, and Xandy just keeps pressing in scenarios where Ryuki is ready to get the hit confirm. And when you can line up those hit confirms, like especially it's important in KOF to get your very tight hit confirms down to maximize the damage, and Ryuki is doing that right now in City of the Wolves. Okay.
Now just taking to the skies, throwing the plasma around, and Xandy right now just kind of staying on full screen, having a hard time getting in, tries to risk it all, and the super there gets met with the sweep.
I like that.
It's like Ryuki's going right back to full screen.
I mean, why not? Rocket's quote-unquote a zoner. I think him having access to that air fireball, not EX, is really, really good. Oh, my reaction! That didn't punish, though. He just got hit. For the one time.
There, Xandy not able to finish things off. Still in SPG though. We saw one rev blow get shut down. They find another one there. This time Ryuki gets caught with it, and they're gonna match the vibe check, and Xandy's gonna go ahead and match out another rev blow. Let's have some super online and make some damage come in.
I'm willing to spend. I can see one bar here. You do get the dive kick here, yeah. Okay, great stuff. Gonna get the hard knockdown. Uses the EXDP way into overheat. Not enough to kill, but literally any button will. Oh, but you might lose. You might lose.
See how Ryuki navigates this. Xandy in overheat, just chucking the air fireball over and over. Gets the DP break. The level 2 is online. That's going to be enough to do it. Didn't have to spend the level 2. The level 1 will finish things off, and Ryuki 2-0 over Xandy.
A fluid style, huh? Those are always super tricky to read. Your fighting style is a lot
The reaction cam from the side of Cookie. I'm not sure if that was a commentator's curse, but one way or another, it was going to be happening because Ryuki had one thing on mind, and that was to steal that round away from the side of Xandy.
You got caught fuzzy up backing, and you did not just defend the DP break and then just lost. What are we doing?
Hyde and Wdquezada, so it is going to be Terry and the Hotaru. Hokutomaru, excuse me.
They end in the same thing, and they're both children. Alright. Let's go the Hatsune Miku. I play Hatsune Miku Billy, so I understand.
I play Hatsune Miku in Fortnite, so, you know, we're kind of the same.
I spent $40 on that character, finished the battle pass, and have not booted up Fortnite since.
Right when I thought I was done, they pulled me right back in with her. But I'll forever be an epic shill. They definitely got a direct line to my wallet. But right now, Hyde on the offense. Big meaty button there. Does have the damage. One more hit should be it. It's going to be the guess. Supposed to be. Little B&B conversion there, and Hyde taking the first round over Wdquezada.
Yeah, close D, no cancel. Is very slightly plus. I think it's like +2 or something like that. On Terry, so it's a really great knowledge check that does link into some of his jabs.
See if Wdquezada's ready for it the next time around. Right now, just trying to get the shuriken game started. Looking for the double bounce air rev blow.
Oh my god, just do it again, Jesus.
That is definitely a Hokutomaru player right there.
Oh yeah, but great short hop. But again, we're rev blowing. Doesn't even try to commit to the confirm. Just immediately when we're blocked, we're rev blowing.
Making most out of putting SPG in the front there. JD to try to get some space from Hyde. One more hit to do it. Got a JD, all the shurikens, but gets caught from the teleport. And Wdquezada putting themselves on the board now. 1 round, 8 piece.
That was definitely a Hokutomaru round. I feel like I'm watching Tenured Mule all over again. Nice. Great jump there. That's huge damage. Knocks Wdquezada out of SPG, so now they have to play somewhat legit. Oh, that feels bad.
Yeah, didn't get the punish there, finding themselves in the corner now. It's one thing if you watch Hyde play, that short jump siege just constantly finds its home, but right now, Wdquezada getting a nice little B&B into super. Playing the range game, they're playing it in a very peculiar way, just tossing the shuriken, and then when Hyde least suspects it, just coming in with the teleport.
Okay, that's huge damage. Should be a level 2. Will it be enough to kill? Our guys are on him. Just short. Oh my god. Chip damage though. Yeah. I mean, Hokutomaru doesn't have a DP, so you can just walk up in medium. You'd have to be scared of the 4-frame mash, but you have way too much health.
Who's next?
Exactly. Even if you did get chipped, it didn't matter too much with all that health. And Hyde is going to be taking the first game over Wdquezada. So you can see a character spot. They're going to go right back into it. Wdquezada just letting those rev blows just fly early with the SPG out in front. It worked out for him in that second round there, but Hyde just kind of caught the groove of it. We saw the short hop C or the jump C to get over it and find a punish.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes this time. I wonder if Wdquezada, okay, still has SPG in the front. I did switch to the front as well. So we can play a little bit more interesting. Okay, that's neutral, certainly.
Yeah, giving Wdquezada a taste of their own medicine. They're able to backdash. Finds himself a nice little punish here. Not enough for the super, but
Whoa.
A close B. Finds his home.
Wow,
He's going to convert off of it to an SPG.
Oh, a little too early, but hey, we're out of here. You committed to a block string, so I'm going to rev blow you back because you've been doing it to me the entire first game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hyde. Giving Wdquezada just a taste there. Looking for the teleport, gets thrown into it, finds himself back in the corner. Still an SPG. I'm about to say a little more reluctant to throw those rev blows out, but right there gets punished once again for whiffing one. Hyde might have cracked the code here.
Oh, hey, that's a lot of damage, and you're gonna explode. Goodbye. That was a very quick game 2 for Hyde. They said I wanted no more of that. Qualifying top 16 winner side.
And then the Kevin you were talking about from the side of Argen. See, we see a couple of those tricky things up their sleeve you were kind of hinting towards earlier.
Yeah, you're about to see, you're not gonna see any fireworks, but you will see grenade explosions.
There you go.
What is this called? What is he supposed to be?
Kind of special forcing it a little bit.
He's not
He's like a
Chris
traffic
Redfield.
director.
Yeah.
He's that airplane traffic director. There we go.
Yeah. Someone knows what this color is, because I actually don't recognize it.
That's one of my favorite little mini games to play as a commentator on City of the Wolves. Is like guess that color.
Oh, goodbye. You're just getting mixed now by Hokuto. Yeah. The throw pressure, the pressure in general. Just round 1 to Hokuto. All the right options at the right time. Argen maybe a little slower on the momentum, but now we reset to neutral and we have a video game to play, but we're rev blowing.
Right back into the corner you go. Nice little anti-air jump in, wild punish for Argen. Cash out with the meter here. That's big time damage. He's gonna keep it going. I like it.
Big time rush. Oh, just actually didn't block. There was no mix up there. That was just a safe jump. Just didn't block.
I was meaty as all hell too. I like the offensive option there from Argen. You know, Vox, one of those characters a lot of people also had kind of on the lower end of the tier list, but I've been seeing a lot of people put in work with them, Hokuto being one of them, but I think Diaphone had a video just showing the absolute power of this character, and I'm a believer now.
Yeah, he was watching, I forget who was rank 1 at the time. That's huge damage, oh my god. Yeah, you get access to the hitting gear, reset the rev gauge. There's going to be a one-touch scenario for Hokuto here. EX command grab, I think, into a route will kill here. So it is on Argen to make a great defensive option here. Regular throw kills and EX command grab kills.
Looking for the air rev blow, trying to catch Argen pressing, but either way, he finds the hit. That's a perfect game, an exclamation point on it, and Hokuto going to be taking the first game over Argen.
That was a warning.
Yeah, that is how some of these rounds can go. If you don't have a lot of experience against this character, dive kick can definitely catch you off guard. They do have access to mid-string plus frames that you can mash out on the gap, but you really need to be able to recognize that stuff in real time.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to a character that you don't run into online at all. I think I've played with one my entire time. Over 300 or 350 matches of playing this game, and I've seen probably one box so far, so definitely can't blame someone for not knowing the matchup, but right now, Argen's starting off strong.
Nice block. Yeah, that is punishable. A little too high. Didn't get the light confirmed, which means there's still an SPG, which means they get access to the damage boost, and they still have access to the defensive rev blow. Uh-oh.
Back throw into the corner here. Argen almost had an SPG. Actually, the grab is going to be enough here. There you go. JD guard cancel. I like it.
He still has access to rev blow. Oh my god, he's just getting thrown, though. The overhead, yeah. Wow, Hokuto just putting in the work. Too many right guesses in a row. Argen can't keep up.
Good things play out here. Trying to use the rev guard to get some space. taking to the skies a lot. They're looking for a lot of jump-ins, but get caught with another rev blow and another grab.
Oh yeah, you're just getting thrown here. Thrown again. We do have access to rev blow, but it's not gonna matter. We are just getting tick throwed. EX command grab should be enough to kill.
Am I watching Street Fighter 6 for those throw loops for a second?
Yeah,
My
bro,
God.
You were getting thrown.
Here for a grappler from the standpoint, you hate playing against them, but everyone gets hyped when you see a big man start grabbing for some SPGs. Right now on stream, we're gonna have Dany, Maza, and Lokof, two Mexican heavy hitters rocking the Rock and the Marco respectively.
Yeah, so now you can get 50-50'd. Oh, not that one. That's not a 50-50 though. Oh, nice far D. That, wow, what a just defend. Did get the punish after with the jab. Wow, the cross up. Close D. Not enough though. We're knocked out of SPG. Dany can come back into this unless we rip a DP.
Yeah, Lokof's showing he's not afraid to throw it out there. Quick confirm into the level 1, and Lokof taking the first round here. It's one thing with the Marco that I see a lot of Marco players doing specifically. They're not afraid to just rip that DP on Wake Up.
Yeah, the light DP, or like the DP break is very, like visually confusing because it looks like they rip it. Yeah, right there. It looks like they rip the DP, but like they recover so much quicker than the animation really shows. So like, it's a very KOF kind of DP where you do light DP on block into heavy DP or EX DP and you just rip through their mash. So it's like they'll do DP break and just rip the DP.
Yeah, we've seen it a couple of times here, but right now Dany looking in a good spot here. Lokof finding themselves in the corner. Dany still has the SPG online, a little bit of super to work with. Getting poked away just little by little, but ripping out a big rev blow. Should be able to convert off of that. See if they spend the super. They will. Big time damage, and it's guess for game situation for Lokof. But they're just going to let it rip once again.
Yeah, we let it rip back on back. Wake up DP from Lokof, but the jump does get caught by Dany, not having any of that. We are tied up on rounds, but Lokof with the massive meter advantage means there's a lot of potential damage from Marco here, and this is going to be the start of it.
Doggy's gonna be dashing in here, just sticking out their lights. Dany switching sides and gets themselves their own confirm. Another throw lands, jumping right back in, finds another low conversion, just chipping away at the health bar here.
Nice. Gets the 2A into the far B. That is gonna lead to a full confirm, and the overhead is gonna work. Another hard knockdown. Look at that man wave dash.
Shades of Mishima right there. That's a big time damage. The level 2 on deck should be all she wrote. Dany Maza putting an exclamation point at the end of that round, gonna take a 1-game lead over Lokof.
Sometimes that is how it ends. The run-up hop to bait out the throw is one of the best mix-ups in the game because it almost always guarantees leads to a wild punish off of the air button, which means you're about to take half of your health or more. So great stuff from Dany there. Baits it out of Lokof. The watermelon wave dash will not get Lokof very far.
See how they change things up this time around. Still, no matter what, even in bad spots, they're still willing to rip the DP, so they're going to go ahead, and it seems like they're going to stick to the game plan, but Dany Maza just making the most of every situation they had to get their paws over on Lokof.
Quick, someone post yeah, there it is. Post the avatar in chat. the Lokof VTuber avatar.
Round 1. Get ready.
We start off slow. Wow, I thought that was gonna be run up DP break. Did run up 2B.
Oh, the spacing there on that wild punish from the side of Dany. Lokof's gonna be finding themselves in the corner here, trying to build up that super.
Nice. Okay. The video game begins. Okay, yep, that is certainly neutral. Wave dash EX Tatsu.
Yeah, I always like to believe there's not too many neutral skips in this game, but then I see things like that and I'm like, yeah, we're playing neutral.
Marco has like 2 of them. It's like EX Tatsu and then the like stance fist, but you're dead. The EX command grab is gonna work out. Dany 1 round away. The wave dashing not working out. The VTuber avatar in the chat also not enough power for Lokof here.
Gets himself into the Tatsu. The overhead lands. Dany now in SPG, so the answer is going to be Lokof giving him some space, but finds the anti-air. It's going to be big time damage, and Dany's going to be out of SPG.
Nice. Gets the close D meaty. Oh, that was interesting. Back throw. Still has to be scared of the potential SPG. Another throw. Still in SPG. No BB tag. We're knocked out. But the EX Tatsu, that is my neutral. Skedaddle, Skadoodle. I'm not holding block.
Just trading DPs as well to finish things off. Lokof still letting it rip to keep themselves alive here on the winner's side. 1 round apiece, see if Dany can close things out. He is sitting on 2 bars of meter there.
Okay, yep. Sometimes you do just fall into that, and you do get a full hit confirm. Oh wow, I actually do like that. Go into the hitting gear. That is going to put Dany into SPG, but that is going to reset the rev gauge for Lokof. Did he actually get a 50-50 off of this? I don't know. He should, right? Oh, no, he doesn't. He resets the neutral. Okay.
Yep, we rip those on reaction to Fireball. Dany just believing it. Still in SPG, has a lot of SPG still to work with. But absolutely great call on the super there.
Dany said, you got a hitting gear? What about this? And then he just played the best neutral of his life. EX command grab does kill here. Nice up back from Lokof, but the red blow to keep him in the controller. My anti-air and my JC. Dany Maza taking it 2 over Lokof to move on to top 8 winner side.
I just love the offensive selection there from the side. Lokof just mostly had to let the DP rip on the defensive side, but Dany able to just, you know, keep some tricks up his sleeve. I love the reaction to that fireball there. As you said, a great response from the hidden gear to go ahead and just let that one rip from full screen pretty much.
Decimated that room of children. Absolutely ruined that room of children.
Yeah, about a month passed from May the 4th, but keeping the Star Wars energy alive. Right now, Ryuki opening things up on the attack early. See if they do their usual. They like to jump back fireball a lot to just try to set the space and then come right back in when they're feeling the momentum.
There's one character that's really good at dealing with the fireballs like Ryuki is using it. It is Hokutomaru. Usage of the teleport can get past those fireballs if timed correctly. The double jump can just remove both of them. DP break does end up whipping, so that is a great hit confirmed for Yurikov. But hey, roll forward DP.
Gotta let it rip. Both players now in SPG heading back to neutral, but there's just that hang time again from Hokutomaru, just so hard to deal with, and probably the best rev blow in the game, finding its home. Another 2B conversion there into the super. Should be one more.
It really does
Ryuki.
So much damage. It's like such a damaging rev blow. Ryuki almost in overheat. Yurikov still in SPG, so they do get access to the air rev blow. Do get access to the ground rev blow, but the fade back JB ends up working out. That was a crazy sequence where the collision box kind of just let him get that JB to work right there.
Now, Great Man once said we take those, and that's exactly what's going to be happening there. Yurikov finding themselves with a 1-round lead here. Ryuki answering back early.
I need this game to go the distance. I need to see the Discord explode. Nice block on the overhead. We might be old, but we're not that old yet.
A little confirmed there. A lot of damage off of that super once again from Yurikov. Both players in SPG letting the rev blow rock. CD buttons coming in, keeping the pressure going. Revving themselves up, though. Got to watch the meter. Spinning the super to get it right back down. And the damage gets for game situation to Yurikov. Rev guard to keep himself alive, but the rev blow coming over the top to take the round.
Yeah, that kind of is just a very, like, checkmate scenario. Like, you could try to rev guard all you want, but it literally just takes anything when you're not rev guarding, and it's just fun.
Getting back to the fireball game here. Ryuki taking the skies. Yurikov dashing in, but a great check there with the 2A, and right back at you. Says Yurikov. Ryuki find themselves in the corner.
Oh, gets caught by that one, the punish, but no. I thought he was going to get a hit confirm. The immediate 2C match on the scramble from Yurikov. We will see the level 1. That will not knock Ryuki out of SPG, but he tried to red blow. Wake up, no!
Yeah, the throw will definitely do it. Another light confirm into that super. Does so much damage, and Yurikov will be taking the first game over Ryuki.
It's like doing wake up rev blow when you're in a situation where 9 times out of 10 is not going to work. It's exactly like the Garden of Eden, where you get the temptation from the apple and then you just get cooked.
Exactly. Now, it's one of the things too from the beta we saw that a lot of people had a hard time dealing with was that wake up rev blow just kind of getting mashed out there. So it's nice that people have gotten used to just that throw option there to kind of shut down the shenanigans.
Game 1 to Yurikov. Let's see how Ryuki does react.
Round 1. Get ready.
Until here, both players just walking back, chucking the plasma around. So the air fireball so potent. Yuki trying to run in there, gets himself a light, but no confirm off of it. Got to watch the rev blow from the side of Yurikov. Got a lot of SPG to work with.
Playing it very, very patient right now. 20 seconds. Yurikov is in SPG. Ryuki hasn't taken any damage so far. Oh! How did that hit? He hits one so far away. That was crazy. Gonna use the red blow for the hard knockdown. Almost in overheat is Yurikov. Blocking that's not really what you want to do, but I mean, health is still even-ish. That was the wrong super. You wanted the other one. Now you're knocked out of SPG, and Ryuki does have the reins. Goodbye.
Right back in, finding the low, confirming into the super, and that's going to be all she wrote. Ryuki taking that first round here of game number 2.
Round 2. Get ready.
Nice. Again, the fade back JC ends up working out. Really, really great stuff. The great wild punish. That is half health already. Oh, it's another one.
Right back to neutral, just checking over and over with that 2B, making sure that Ryuki can't just run in on him, but another check there finds its home and just slowly chipping away at the health bar. Guard canceled there, one more hit should do it, and they find it. Yurikov put themselves onto the board, just one more round to go ahead and take this set.
Round. Get ready.
Yurikov the one to beat right now.
Yeah, it's still looking strong as ever. Ryuki trying to even things up on the scoreboard here. JDing all the shurikens, trying to run back in, get themselves a counter hit. Nice little chunk of damage there, using the super to go ahead and get Yurikov a little bit closer to SPG so he can start working his way to get him past it.
Oh my god, the run up 2B does end up connecting. Small confirm from Yurikov. Nice! Punish from Ryuki there. Gonna knock Yurikov out of SPG with the usage of the super. Hard knockdown means this is scary video game time, but we do have reversal super on the side of Yurikov. And we do have a reversal mash on the 2C. Don't wake up Revlo.
Ryuki's still in SPG though, choosing not to go for that wake up Revlo, but another 2B lands. Decided to delay the Revlo this time around. Another light conversion. Gonna tie things up here now. One game apiece. Ryuki and Yurikov just going back and forth here.
As they should. I think these two have played way too many games against one another. And they've talked about this game a lot. So this is not surprising at all to see this go to the distance, but I'm very excited to see the aftermath of whoever ends up winning this set.
Yeah, and both players either haven't really been running away with it. It's been very even and neutral. Both players not taking too many risks either. A couple of light checks here and there, but no one's really swinging big and missing too much just yet.
Round 1.
Right back into it. Game number 3. Top 16 winner side. See who comes up on top here. Who has to make that trek from loser side. The air fireball still coming in from Ryuki. Always does a great job of juggling afterwards, but he does find that confirm off of it. DP break, keep the pressure going.
Yeah, I like that run up DP break. Scary stuff. Okay. Where are you going? Stay there, my child.
Trying to keep them in the corner is Ryuki. Yurikov busting out there. Great JDs on defense.
Wow, what a hit confirm. That far B still connected at that distance. Really good there. Oh, even better for Ryuki right there. Doesn't put any rev bar on it. That could have led to so much more. And now you get put in a knockdown scenario. The safe jump ends up working out for Yurikov. Not enough to kill if they don't have any super here. The hard knockdown off of the rev blow, though, means this is scary.
Finding themselves in the corner, but gets the light check either way. Both players getting dangerously close here. And making it a little bit safe there. Yurikov able to find a punish. One more hit should do it. Tossing the Pukin on the floor. Like we're going to be playing a zoning game here.
No, he did it again! Ryuki tries to run forward and just gets hit with the stop sign that is Hokutomaru 2C and Yurikov on set point.
Yeah, Yurikov's been on point all set with just checking that run in from Ryuki, just kind of shutting down that Unga Bunga offense. But speaking of going right back in is Yurikov, Ryuki's going to find themselves in the corner.
Nice backdash! You are airborne. Great stuff to avoid the throw there from Ryuki. Gonna steal themselves the health lead. Half health, hard knockdown.
Yeah, I love the call there. Yurikov now in SPG. Gotta watch out for the red blow, but we're gonna go right back to the air fireball game. Just slowly chipping away. Yurikov now out of SPG. Going to the corner now. It's business decision time as one more hit is gonna spell doom for Yurikov. And the trade of all time finds its home. It's gonna be final game. Final round for these two friendly rivals.
Oh my god. Neutral scenario, run up EX elbow. Okay, it's gonna be a great situation to start for Yurikov. Knocked into SPG as Ryuki. Goes for the delayed red blow. I really like that. You scout out the potential throw. You don't see it coming, so you do go for the delayed red blow. Rox is one of the best for that because he goes airborne very quickly. What a guard cancel. What the hell?
Gets the throw there, Yurikov from right back in. Ryuki at SPG, but gets met with the universal anti-air. Not enough damage to kill here, but it's gonna be big time guesties for Ryuki.
Big time rush, the JV on the other side. Ryuki tried to commit to the 2v, but the JV does hit both sides, and Yurikov takes it 2-1, moving on top 8 winner side. I play one of the teachers, so you already know I'm playing a top tier team. That's basically it.
Definitely love to see it.
Hotaru. No box. What is this Hotaru color though?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm kind of liking it though. I'm digging the purple hair, but Hyde with the signature Hakuni Miku. This time not rocking the classic Terry costume. Going ahead and go with the leather jacket, but still keeping that hair nice and neon blue.
Nice! Baits out the throw yet again. That is going to be the first round to Hyde. Ah! Didn't want the DP. They didn't believe in it. She's better. Uh-oh.
Oh,
she might be better.
It's a throw. See if Jozz might be able to run away with something here. Hyde just needs one more hit to land, but they find themselves in overheat, and it's looking all Jozz right now.
Oh. Yeah, okay. I mean, Chip would have been very close to killing in that scenario, but it did end up hitting anyways. I don't know what Jozz did end up expecting. So Hyde does eventually close out the round over a very scary situation in that overheat. Uh-oh.
Could be big time damage here. Does have that super if he wants to work with it. They will cash out. Jozz find themselves in a bad spot right here. They did almost over 50% now in SPG. See if they even have a chance to use it here as the damage keeps on pouring on. Guess for game situation, mashing out the 5A.
Whoa, that frame kill setup was crazy from Hyde. That did so much damage. She's better. There's no combo. She's just better. And wake up DP, yeah. I mean, chip damage in that scenario, wake up super, wake up DP are definitely options. You could get potentially just defended, so you do want to go for the option with the multi-hits. Game 1 to Hyde.
Yeah, looking strong there. It's just a tale of just putting Jozz in the corner and keeping him there. We did see a few times that like Jozz might have been able to answer back and have a bit of a comeback, but like you said, just that wake up DP or just getting caught with that fireball, definitely a good answer there for that chip damage. See how Jozz reacts to that first game there, but Hyde still looking strong.
Round 1. Get ready.
Good just taking the plasma around, chasing down the EX fireball. Slowly getting in. Almost caught the back roll there, but a throw lands for Jozz.
Oh my god, that is a huge open up. Not going to be an insane amount of damage. Just commits to a meterless combo there. Oh, but that's an even bigger amount of damage. Will you build enough for the super? Not enough. Do we commit here? Yes, we do. We get a DP after this if we want, but just goes for the hard knockdown.
Big DPP side of Jozz. See if they have some magic on this time around. Big rev blow lands. They have some super on deck. They want to spend it. They will. Hyde on the back foot right now. What's going to be the answer? Finding themselves some space. Jumping in with the C.
I mean, this could actually really end poorly. This could really end poorly. You are in chip damage scenario. You wake up with a DP, but Jozz, forward jump on your Oki.
This time around, finding that magic, was able to chase down Hyde the entire time, and Hyde just taking a big swing and miss at the end of it. This time, better start off to the round for Jozz. See if that little bit of momentum is going to be able to carry him a long way, but gets met with a big rev blow from Hyde.
Okay, great hit confirmed from Jozz. Off to a strong start here, not trying to fight from a massive life deficit, so already in control that way, but gets the throw baited with the run-up hop. That is what Hyde needs right now to fight themselves back into this, but now she could potentially be better.
Watch out for the red blow there. The jump C finds its home.
I'm better.
Letting the rip is Jozz, but the jump in is going to land, and Hyde now on match point.
Not ready. I mean, really, on a lot of those run-ups, Jozz doesn't really seem to want to mash or press any buttons or hold the ground, so they just go for the immediate throw. Oh! How did you autocorrect to the other side, Terry? Where are you looking? You're an artist. You should know your lefts and rights.
Flipping his Hyde for the rev blow of his own, getting caught by it. We're just letting him fly here. A DP break from the side of Jozz. Taking Hyde out of SPG, cashing out with some meter for the damage. Almost equal here as we're back to neutral.
I like that. That footsie walk back 2C. Love to see that. Plus frames, but now you're in overheat. But again, you still get baited with the throw, and you're going to die.
Big time damage with the power geyser, and Hyde is going to be taking it 2-0 over Jozz.
the funniest pass to victory I've ever seen someone do. That man just does not care, and he goes balls to the wall.
And you know, Gato is such a Punko character too. When I found out they were like playing him, I'm just like, man, that is like a match made in heaven if you've seen Punko's old footage from back in the day. So let's get into the match. It's gonna be First Force and
Nice, yeah. Tavera and Gio are the ones who have been using that TK Air EX Shuriken a lot, and I really like its practical neutral applications. Not a lot of Hokutomarus have been using that. But hey, that's a whiff DP from Hokuto. Trying to keep First Force on the ground, but it's not going to end up working out. Now First Force with corner control.
Oh, dive kick to get out of the way of the super. I like the call there from Hokuto, and that's going to be big time damage. Might be a bit of a game time decision here for First Force, how they're going to answer, but they're going to go ahead and mash out the 2A. It's going to work out for him as we go back to neutral. And took off running. Like one of the kids you've seen back at lunchtime where they're just taking a full sprint over to the cafeteria. Red blow is Hokuto there. The air red blow answer from First Force using the hang time there. Gonna mix up Hokuto.
Plus, that was some plus frames. That's a JC. Yeah, leads into a confirm. You don't see that very often. So that is great stuff there. But that's an even better confirm for First Force. Hokuto no longer access to the red blow. No longer has access to the hitting gear. But only needs one hit at this point to kill.
Watch that rev gauge from the side of First Force, waking up with a super, another dive kick to get around it. Bit of a trade there. Big time cross up finds its home. Hokuto though sitting on 2 bars of super, just needs 1 hit to go ahead and close things out. Not too revved up either, but the 2B continues to find its home for First Force. Not gonna need to spend any super there as they close things out, taking the first game over Hokuto, 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, the movement there is really hard for Hokuto to keep up with. The dive kick being punished into the throw for that round really feels bad, but that is kind of one of the issues with Vox, is that dive kick at a lot of heights can be very punishable. So that feels kind of bad, but now you got to find a way to keep Hokutomaru on the ground, and that's a little bit hard for Vox to do.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We brought it up multiple times. It's just that mobility. The mobility options of Hokutomaru are just so tough to deal with, and a character like Vox just not a lot of tricks up their sleeves to go ahead and keep Hokutomaru on the floor. Especially First Force here has just been able to take to the skies pretty easily here, getting themselves some light confirms to start things off. Both players have SPG up front.
Plus frames? Oh yeah, tries to go for the tick throw there. The backdash from First Force. Uh-oh. Goodbye.
Not sure if that's a reaction or a call out, but that's going to work out for First Force either way as we head towards the corner. Using the hang time once again, but a massive whiff punish lands for First Force, and it's 1 more hit to close out the round as they're chucking the shurikens all over the screen.
Oh, uh-oh. We can begin. We can begin. We can also lose. But now, no, we're going to hit. That's a huge open up for Hokuto right now. Got to be a little bit scared because there's a potential gets the counter hit on the frame trap link. Huge stuff. 1 more hit will be enough damage. Doesn't go for no EX command grab, but keeps the pressure string going. Oh my god.
And he's about to get their space to jump in and the trade. The little poke right there just finds its home, and First Force able to weather the storm there. Looks like Hokuto was just going to run away with that one, but hey, go ahead and just match that 5A, and it worked out.
Oh, tries to get the DP again. Not going to work out. That is going to be a punish on the dive pick. A little bit too high. This will knock Hokuto out of SPG. I like that.
Trying to return the favor of eliminating the SPG. Finds the overhead there.
Yep, tries to keep your turn. Hokuto's not going to have anything to do with it. It's going to lead to a great amount of damage. Gets the knockdown. Command grab is scary here.
You gotta watch out for it as they continue to hop over. He gave up the corner though. That's tough. First Force on the retreat now, trying to look for some of that hang time, but the air-to-air finds its home.
Doesn't end up getting the Rev Excel elbow, so now you're in overheat, which means Vox can find the way in. Tries to go for the throw. Nice just defend, and the throw right after the Kuadon break. Hokuto not done with the set just yet.
Yeah, second time's the charm. Good job not spending any meter there either. Right now, Hokuto sitting on a full stick of butter and also has that SPG up front. Could look for the hidden gear early. A bit of hang time there. A light confirm lands for first force. Continuing to just try to pester away with that 2B. Looking for the cross up, no one's home, and the dive kick still coming right back in, but catching him out of the air. His first force.
That kind of works. What?
All right.
How did he find that? He did the level 2, okay. Goes for the command grab, knocks first force out of SPG, still has access to the reversal super. The EX shuriken knockdown though is big. Oh, the punish on the EX dive kick, yeah, a little bit too high. First force gonna take it 2-0 over Hokuto to move in top 8 winner side, and that's 2 Hokutomarus on your top 8 winners side. How it goes here, but Robert, definitely one of the better Hokutomarus who has been playing in some of these net play brackets, has been doing very, very well. But I mean, they're also a force to be reckoned with in KOF, so that's no surprise there.
Get ready.
All right, let's get into it. It is a top 8 qualifier here, but if this one moves on, loser of it is going to be going home. I know they're already home. They are going to be out of the bracket. Lokof kind of worked their way around the shurikens here.
Okay, knocked down. Rev low in the first slot. A lot of Hokutomarus run it there. Some people say the middle slot is the counter to first slot rev blow. I don't think a lot of players have tried to experiment with it yet, so I'm curious to see how that evolves. Nice shimmy on the walk back, getting the far C wild punish. Should be enough to kill round 1 to Robert.
That was absolutely masterful, especially just being able to have the confidence to cash all the way out there for the kill. And Robert, first round looking pretty solid so far. We saw Lokof did break out one time with the DP, see if that becomes a theme going forward and Robert could bait something out. Another one there. I see the watermelons in the chat. People are getting hype.
That's the power right there. That is the power right there. That's the avatar. He has a new version of it where he gave him Marco's Pompadour.
That's so fire. Right now, Robert though on the attack. Lokof finding themselves in the corner, busting out with the EX Tatsu. Still in SPG as Robert is to get chipped away out of it.
He did run up mid. He didn't even do 2B. He did run up 2A. He did a mid. Uh-oh. The watermelon is wave dashing. The water... Oh, you got blocked though, and you're dead. Goodbye. Thank you for the universal anti-air. That is going to work out for Robert. That is going to be game number 1. No, Robert, where's your super cancel? No! He just died!
The confirm into the super, and I cannot believe that Lokof just absolutely robbed away that round. There was a magic pixel on deck, but hey, that's the power of the watermelon, baby.
Not like this. He was so lost in the sauce of those very green neon pants.
Answering back well though answering back well is Robert here cashing out that super. That's a big time damage, and Lokof is gonna have to make a business decision soon. Looking for the jump there. EX Tatsu, no one's home, and the cross up lands. Robert able to weather the storm there and look pretty dominant in round number 3 there to take the first game as their journey to top 8 continues.
Yeah, just a well-timed neutral jump to avoid the neutral skip and gets caught in the whiff punish frames. Really great stuff to Robert. That is the thing about a lot of SNK games, is neutral jump is very, very strong as a both defensive and offensive tool. It really is that strong.
All right, well, let's get into game number 2. See if Lokof can start really pushing this momentum. Marco is one of those rush down Shoto characters. He could just kind of get in your face and just stay there, but Robert right now is just pretty much laying on the hammer early on in the round and forcing hard guesses from Lokof.
Round 1. Get ready.
Okay. Game number 2, starting off very slow. Get those out of here. That's the Kyoku getting fist.
Still looking for the jump-ins is Lokof, but the teleport finds its home, so he can walk down the corner here. Another throw lands. Still an SPG. Right back out of it, though.
Oh, what a trade. Really great stuff. Great recognition from Lokof. Knocks Robert out of SPG. Run up DP break.
That's the power of the watermelon, he believed. Revgar trying to get themselves some space here. Lokof just taking his foot off the gas just a little bit, giving a little bit of space to Robert, but looking for another DP. Gets the break off of it, and another DP finds its home. Still letting them rip.
Potentially has another one. Doesn't commit to it that time, but again, a great neutral hop to avoid the run-up normal. That is going to be the round to Lokof. Neutral jump, yet again, digging up diamonds.
Yeah, you talked about how potent that is, especially in SNK games, and it's showing its head right there, and Lokof able to finally put themselves on the board here. Excuse me, I think they got one round the last game, but putting themselves on the board here in this game as Robert's right back on the attack, trying to get Lokof out of SPG early.
Oh no, rips a DP on block, no break. Robert is going to take advantage of that. A massive life lead here, and the momentum shift potentially. No, my overhead counter hit, but he didn't get the hit confirmed, and he's going to die for it.
Big time wild punish should go directly into the hidden gear. Not even going to make the spend it. The spending the level 1 was enough to kill here, and Robert now on match point, just one round away from punching their ticket over into top 8.
Have that. Stop doing that. That's a very fast fireball super, by the way. Nice whip punish. Does have some recovery frames. Great spacing from Robert. Do we spend here to knock out of SPG? Yes, we do. A little bit of a life lead. Uh-oh.
Like the call there. Another neutral jump from Robert. We've seen it work out for him a couple of times there. Gets themselves a light confirm. Robert finding themselves in the corner. Gets another throw.
Oh my
Lokof
god,
starting to cook
that
here.
Feint. That feint was crazy. One more hit could do it. Nice! Gets a DP trade on block! Really great stuff from Lokof there. Rips the DP break to getting another DP trade in their favor. Tying up the set 1-1.
Yeah, I love the confidence there just to rip that DP. An absolute GameStop trade for Robert, though. Just ended up spelling their doom. But Lokof looking like he's cracking the code here. He's finding a little bit of momentum and kind of just getting Robert to sit still in the corner for just long enough to start really get cooking.
All right, game number 3. This one has been back and forth so far. Both players putting in the work. Loser's side, by the way. Loser's side.
Yeah, fighting for their tournament life and still trying to get into that top 8 for a little bit of that Mancherino prize pool. Remember, you guys, the codes are claimed, but if you're feeling a little generous, go ahead and throw some down below because Lokof and Robert definitely putting on a show here. See what side of the battle of wills goes ahead and wins here. Lokof still letting those DPs rip, and Robert still trying to get the Shuriken game going, but we've seen Lokof answer for it one time using the level 1 super, the fireball, to go ahead and get through.
Yeah, it's very fast startup. It's like 6 or 7 frames, so it really can be very useful in several whip punish situations. Great stuff. Red blow whip, nice whip punish with the 2C from Robert.
Great JD, but gets caught landing, and that should be enough to kill, barring a drop. And Robert once again finds themselves on match point here, just one elusive round away from getting over to top 8.
Didn't even need to spend the meter in that scenario, so really big ups for Robert right there. Meter optimal, W greed.
Lokof just chucking the plasma, trying to watermelon wave dash his way in. Looking for the cross up there, no one's home.
I'm coining that one. Watermelon wave dash.
I like that. I might have to start using that. It was so good.
Alright. Close to overheat. Not there just yet. A great jump out. Gets the JB on the other side, but no hit confirmed from Lokof.
Gotta be careful about getting hit here. Robert still with SPG has the hitting gear online if they can find a confirm off it. Just pestering away. They land the hit. Should be for animation here, and that's big time damage. Might have to call up James Chen because this might kill.
I think it's going to be a little bit short, but this is going to lead to a neutral scenario. Yeah.
Oh, no, it is!
I didn't believe!
I cannot believe how much damage that last bit of the animation did, but Robert able to fully cash out with the hidden gear to take it 2-1 over Lokof. Ran here over here at Just Frame. Be sure to smash that follow button. Want to keep up with the action that's ran over here because City of the Wolves is ran every single Wednesday, so there's always going to be some action. Whether you want to watch, if you want to join, head over to startgg.com. Start.gg/City of the Wolves COTW. Want to go ahead and join a Just Frame online bracket and be part of the action.
Yeah, and of course, coming up this weekend, the Combo Breaker Spanish restream hosted by JustFrame for Saturday and Sunday. So for any of you non-native English speakers, there will be a Spanish restream for your viewing pleasure this coming weekend. I assume it'll cover, obviously, Fatal Fury and KOF, and hopefully a couple of other streams that you will see here on JustFrame in the future, because KOF and Fatal Fury are not the only games that are going to be hosted here, because in just a couple of months, JustFrame 2025, the offline event, is happening in Mazatlan, Mexico. You get all of these wonderful games. Of course, my favorite, Under Night in Birth 2. But of course, you do have your SNK favorites with City of the Wolves, KOF, and Sam Show. And then, of course, Virtua Fighter 5 getting some love. You love to see it. Dragon Ball FighterZ coming back as well. And then, of course, the games you see everywhere. Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Grand Blue Rising, and Guilty Gear Strive. That will be September 13th to the 14th. You can go ahead and register for it at justframe.mx.
And on June 6th to 8th, Torneo de la Unistar 5 is going to be happening. Want to go ahead and register for that below. You like the pronunciation of that one, don't you? I was working on that.
I like the art because it came up from Onesto.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
But this will be an online bracket. It was originally going to be just KOF, but there will be announcements in the future for a couple of other things that are happening. So this will be very good for you to view and potentially join the Tournament of Honesty hosted by the GOAT himself. You won't want to miss this. June 6th to the 8th, right before CEO, some online action. So please, if you are around at that time, do tune in and show some love. Oh shit, we're going in.
All right, back into it. Hyde in first force. This is winner semifinals of top 8 here. Hyde choosing not to go with the Hakuni Miku this time. A little disappointed on that one. See how things turn out from both players in the SPG up front.
This is what color is this? Is this a JoJo color? What am I looking at?
It looked like it might be JoJo. That's a great call on that one.
Kind of looks like Joseph, but I'm not sure. Tries to bait out a throw. Tavera doesn't fight. Oh, but the run-up throw. That's so much damage. Goodbye.
Yeah, in the blink of an eye, that was Hyde's round. Just only got chipped once, and they're looking pretty strong here. See how first force reacts to that. He's have a bar super, and that rev blow is ever so potent from the side of Hokutomaru.
Oh, that's footsies with the light elbow whiff. Nice. Great kick throw from Hyde there. Baits out the rev blow. A huge open up from Hyde. Gonna be a great chunk of damage with the immediate mash from Tavera. Hyde messing up maybe their safe jump. That was tricky. You saw them going left and right there because of the jump angle.
Yeah, I'm definitely not blocking that. And so nice. We'll show it twice as it lands again. And Hyde's going to be finding themselves in the corner. Looking for a third, his first force.
Okay, great damage. Uses the level 2. Throw doesn't kill here. But another hit confirmed. The EX Burn Knuckle will be enough to do it. Maybe you can get a light confirm into Rekka as well. You can frame trap with it. Oh, like just like that. Yes, for game. Oh.
There for first force. Take back to the skies. Teleport finds its home. They're throwing the shuriken, trying to get themselves some space here. Hyde is in overheat. Charging right back in, but the light confirm is going to find its home in first force. Gonna be able to take that round out, 1 round apiece here in game number 1.
Get ready. Fight SPG.
Nice block. Oh my god, but the 2C into the red blow. No, you don't want that. Nice. Light confirm into the Rekka. And we're dying.
Wake up super. I like it. Looking for the cross up once again. Great call with the rev guard there. This movement is just so tricky to deal with as Hyde just keeps on getting clipped over and over. Short hop jump lands there. That might be all she wrote in first force. Gonna be taking the first game here over Hyde.
Yeah, that is going to lead to the kill. Just a little bit too tricky on the movement. And Hyde wasn't ready to back it up, but this is a first to 2 set, so we still have another game to be played, so another chance to come back into it.
See if we see the movement of the SPG bar anywhere. There wasn't too many red blows thrown out. First force did throw one that was baited out by Hyde, but Both these players not letting it rip, just playing safe a bit.
All right, let's see how Hyde adjusts in this next game. Some of the Oki situations I feel they didn't fully capitalize on. They definitely had some situations I think where more tick throws would have went very well. Wow, that actually punished.
That EX burn knuckle, I swear, is just so good, especially just getting in. You see it there to keep the combo going. Big time damage for Hyde. First force in the corner.
Yeah, skedaddle skadoodle. I'm now pressing buttons in neutral. I'm pressing EX burn knuckle.
Yeah, Hyde just able to run away with these rounds whenever he starts getting the momentum going. Terry's just a character that's an absolute gorilla in this game.
Oh, gets clipped there. What? He was like way in his startup, but I guess it does have a little bit more startup frames before it happens yet again. Thrown out of the rev blow. Great optimization from Tavera there on the offensive string. So now Hyde needs to be a little bit more honest, but you should rip a DP. I think it'd be awesome. Hey, there's a reversal.
Speak reversal, you ended up getting in. First force doing an SPG here, Hyde in a bad spot. And the hit should be enough.
Yeah, they're overheated. Yeah, the EX Shuriken just enough to tip them over the edge. We do have access to super, but we don't have access to EX Burn Knuckle, but they're both overheated. Uh-oh. Reversal super is crazy. He gets counter hit. No!
That is so tough. That might have been the opening he needed, but a drop, a very unfortunate drop ended up happening. And now first force, Tavera just one round away from punching their ticket over in the winners finals.
Nice just defense. We're still in there. EX Burn Knuckle. I'm mashing in neutral. I'm plus, by the way.
Air to air there, looking for the cross up once again, putting themselves in the corner though. Not gonna matter, finding the light confirmed to get themselves right back out. Hyde out of SPG now.
Whoa. Yo, but speaking of, Hyde almost overheated. This feels really bad. Great just defend. Gonna knock themselves a little bit more away from that overheat. Gets a light confirm into super as well. Oh my god, but the 2C is so huge from first force. This should be another super. This will be very close to death. Throw does kill in the next scenario.
Switch sides there. There's the burn knuckle from Hyde, putting themselves into overheat. First force, throwing the shurikens. Just one more hit's gonna be able to do it. See if they can find the chip there.
Tries to go for heavy Rekka. Has to be scared of the shurikens here. Chip is a lot. Gets the elbow out and the elbow back in. It didn't matter. It would have chipped. It did not matter. First force taking it 2-0 over Hyde to move on to winners finals. Are we doing potential for the Hokutomaru mirror in winners finals unless Danielle Maza has something to say about it? Round start, EX elbow.
That's the Danielle Maza special. All gas, no brakes right there. Trying to use some feints, looking to bait something out from Yurikov. Maybe a teleport to go for the DP. The hang time is going to work out there. A little bit of chunk of damage for Yurikov early.
And it's slow, super slow. Wow, the run up close D actually ends up counter hitting. Maybe caught the hop start up there.
Jabbing away the shuriken is Dany. One of the options you can use to deal with it. Now in SPG, that chip put him right back into it.
Oh, that JC is huge. Doesn't commit to any rev at all. Could have maybe went, or maybe could have knocked Yurikov out of SPG, but the empty jump into the super is going to knock Dany out of SPG. Marco using the meter super well. This will be enough to secure round number 1 for Yurikov.
Yeah, great cash out there on all the meter. And Yurikov just picking his spots very well, not taking too much damage, but you see that Dany takes a little bit more risk going forward here.
Yurikov not going to be at Combo Breaker this weekend, but will be in Sweden next weekend for Head Stompers, trying to find that SWC and potential EWC qualifying spot, because there is one at Head Stompers next week, and I definitely think they can be primed to do it.
I tell you what, man, that 2C that he landed might have hit all the way from Sweden. That thing whiff punish from a mile away. Such a great button for Hokutomaru.
Yeah, 2C the GOAT. They press it more than like anything else, like 2C and JB. Man's doing empty jump 2C.
Wake up super there, doesn't find its home. Dany should be able to find a punish there. Does have the hitting gear online. See if they choose to cash out, just spending one bar.
No.
Enough to take Yurikov out of SPG.
Uh-oh, they might lose. Do you build enough meter here? I don't think so, right? You don't do enough damage with the rev combo, but throw does kill. Overhead does kill. Will you get the chance? Shining Knuckle, not enough! Guess for game, and the overhead ends up working for Dany.
An absolute scramble there to finish things off. Dany just with the call to go for the overhead there. And now one round apiece here in game number 1.
Nice run up throw. Oh, baits out the throw. Huge stuff for Dany right there. Massive life lead. And we're just letting it rip.
Yeah, I respect the call there, though. You did eat a chunk of damage trying to make up for that deficit, but a great block from the side of Dany, a great call out. The light confirm, guess for game situation. Look for the overhead once again.
Oh. Okay. You have to be scared of the DP here. You have to be scared of Chip now, but the elbow just coming straight at you. I said it in KOF 15, and I still think it's real in this game. I think advancing forward specials or normals are very, very good to catch people who are running or dashing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's just such a good chase down option, especially if they try to like backdash off of it and try to force a guess. That elbow is just going to chase immediately down, or other forward advancing moves like that. But see if Yurikov has some magic in his hat right now, trying to make the comeback against Dany Maza with this 1-game lead. Reminder, winner of this one is going to be heading over to have a date with First Force over in Winners Finals.
Yurikov can't do that. He's got a wife.
There you go. A platonic date. A bestie date.
Yeah. Oh! He heard date and he just let a DP rip. Got hot and bothered.
And the red blow go is Dany Maza halfway through SPG. Yurikov also in it. Living up that meter though, has to be careful. Gets caught with a wild punish. Big time damage from the side of Dany.
Nice, great hit confirm. Knocks Dany out of SPG. Yurikov back in this. Another great hit confirm. Throw not enough to kill, but another light confirm will. Nice tech.
Air fireball trying to get some space. And it can only really take one more hit if it converts. Mobility from Yurikov, these double jumps just make it so hard for him to get caught, but he gets caught with the command grab. Does have the level 1 online, cashing out, not enough to kill. One more guess for both players. The overhead doesn't find its home, but a quick check with the lights. Yurikov taking the round.
It was a very similar situation to what happened in the first game, where Yurikov blocked the overhead, but did a delayed 2B mash. That time he immediately pressed the 2B and got the counter hit on Dany to secure the round. Knocked out of Red Blow. Wake up, Red Blow, not working out. The BB tag is not your friend in this game. Huge lead for Dany right now, half health. Bruh.
DP Bank, they're not able to carry it. Little liking from there for Yurikov as they're trying to get Dany out of SPG here, but the Red Blow finds its home early. Almost 2 stocks of meter built up.
Next hit for Dany will kill. Gonna probably spend the bar on it. I probably would, because that puts you 1 round away. No bar spend! Uh-oh. Is it W greed or is it L greed? It might be L greed. Never mind, we're back.
Duck strategy works out, but a block super is gonna work out for Dany Maza. And hey, it's W greed keeping those 2 bars on deck, and that SPG looking very, very dangerous for Dany Maza. He knocks Yurikov out the sky early here.
If Yurikov goes into losers, we won't see the potential Yurikov and Ryuki in grand finals, but they are fighting back right now. But the what? He did wake up walk for a jab? Bruh.
Red Blow anti-air there. Still just hunting for that 2B. They've done a lot of empty jump 2B to try to open up the defense of Dany. Still barely inside of SPG. Cannot get clipped by Dany, though. There's so much damage sitting on the table, but they end up finding a confirm and taking Dany out of SPG, taking the hitting gear off the table. Dany low on health now.
Oh, maybe wanted the empty jump low there. JB on the other side. Great throw. This will be a mix-up. Overhead does kill in this situation as well. Oh, but the EX Shuriken catches the startup with the EX Rapuken, and we're going to a game number 3.
Yeah, it's just the mobility of Hokutomaru was on full display for that last game there. Just Yurikov just being like a fly in the sky. You're trying to swat down on a picnic Sunday, because just able to just get their little pokes in here and there and just get a life lead on Dany and make it hard to hit. But see how things turn out here in game number 3. Might see a change in SPD spots here, or SPG, excuse me.
It feels like an SPD sometimes. All right, game number 3. Let's see if Dany gets off to an explosive start that Yurikov can't come back from.
In the zoning game early. Dany trying to knock those straight and out of the air. Great JB on that one. But here comes Yurikov on the attack. Dany's going to be entering SPG here. Great backdash to catch the roll there. Gets the grab. Still mashing out that 2B. And a block rising tackle is going to spell disaster for Dany Maza, as no meter needs to even be spent. Yurikov finds himself on match point and just one round away from heading over to winners finals.
Yeah, great perfect game there from Yurikov. That is the makings of a great player. Wow, whiff 2C to get the throw on the other side. Big stuff. Yurikov a couple more interactions away from booking that ticket to winners finals to find that first to 3 Hokutomaru mirror.
Great JD on the cross up there from Dany. And it's just this double jump is making Dany so cautious to commit to some kind of anti-air there. And speaking of anti-airs, one lands for Yurikov. So going to cash out some big damage here with the rev blow. Saving up for that level 2, looking for the 2B.
Yeah, it's really tough to commit anything there, because if you get to falling JB wild punish, that leads to a close C full confirm or a 2C full confirm. So it's definitely something that you need to make a great read on. You need to think of your resources and the situation. Bad, but that super gonna knock them not out of SPG. Knocks Yurikov a little bit further away. Great jump on the other side to get the super confirm, and one more interaction will do it. Whiffs the throw. Dany can't get the punish though.
Yurikov still hunting for those lows as he takes to the sky, looking for the cross up there. Here comes Dany back on the attack. He finds a low. Doesn't convert into the super here.
Oh, doesn't convert super again. Gets another low hit confirm. It could be anything. Gets the overhead. You can't jump away. Wasn't ready for it with the DP break, but the empty low. 6 seconds left on the clock, and Dany Maza puts it in a final game, final round scenario.
Didn't rip the super 3 different times, but it still works out for him as we head to a final round here. See how Yurikov responds as he was on the back foot that entire last 10 seconds of that round.
I really like that just defend from Dany. You really haven't been seeing it on those universal anti-airs that Yurikov has been using, but in the last second, whiffs the DP, and that feels so bad if you're Dany, giving Yurikov a huge lead.
Doing SPG though can make something happen. Looks for the rebel there. Gets a chip with the standing 2A, but the 2C to God finds its home. One more hit
overhead
is
kill.
gonna be it. There it is. As predicted, as advertised, the overhead off of the run comes right back in, and Yurikov is going to be heading over to winners finals for a mirror match with first Force Tavera. And right there, man, it was just Yurikov just running down his prey for that overhead.
Character you don't see too often, so I'm not surprised to see the Billy here. You got a whip, you got the pole. And we might die. Uh-oh.
Right off rip, not able to get the pokes going. Find a couple there, but the dive kick gets right in. Hokuto running their offensive game plan pretty well. Peggy finding themselves in SPG very early here.
Nice, gets the back throw here. That's huge. Do we meaty here? We do. Immediate just defend from Hokuto, and gets the hit on the other side to knock Hokuto out of rev blow range, which is big. The backdash is massive.
That was masterful. Not getting the biggest punish off of it. Peggy able to mash out something there. Or, excuse me, Hokuto. One bar super on deck for both players right now. Out of SPG is Peggy.
Plus off of that into dash throw is so scary if you are not ready for it. Gets the hard knockdown because that was EX. We commit to the super because we do not like blocking.
Yeah, tough part with the reversal options of Billy Kane. That's one of the only things you want to do if you really want someone to get off of you. Didn't work out there for PeggyMX as Hokuto taking the first round here.
Oh, gets the JB on the other side. That's huge. Ends the comp. What? Ends it early, but throws him out of the red blow. But I mean, that's more damage technically. Okay, the wake up super works that time.
So we can walk down to the corner here. Peggy trying to throw out the preemptive anti-air, but the dive kick ends up getting through either way.
Okay, command grab. A little bit of Oki. Nice tech on the throw. Plus. Not plus anymore, though, or plus enough anymore. I like the up back. DP break is huge. No commit to the throw from Peggy, though. Defense is real strong.
Throwing out all the options here. Catches the dive kick, but not able to convert off of it. One more hit. Air-to-air trade there finds its home, and Peggy putting themselves on the board now, one round apiece.
I can't believe JD actually traded with JD. It was so It's so weird to see those hitboxes interact. Oh, that's huge. It's a lot of damage. Yeah, goes for the DP follow-up. Yo, $5 more in the pot. We are close to $40. That is a big confirm. Half health already. Yep, that is technically a flash kick.
Yeah, I like the call there to go ahead and get themselves some space and some damage. Hokuto on the attack now. Peggy an SPG, big time counter hit, finds its home. One bar of super on deck, see if we spend it.
No. Goes for the DP into the follow-up, doesn't end up working out. Nice tech, plus the full jump forward because we were backdashing. We're not dead yet, but Chip, we don't have access to Rev Guard. Who does wake up throw there?
Busting out the options in overheat. All the cards stacked against Peggy right now, and they get caught with the dive kick coming in. And Hokuto taking the first game over PeggyMX.
One thing I do want to see Billy start doing is on those block scenarios where they're like plus, I want us to stop just immediately mashing backdash. Because there was a lot of situations there where he was plus and Hokuto just committed to the full jump forward and immediately got the meaty hit on the backdash that Peggy was doing after that scenario. I think a lot of Billy players don't really like to stand their ground in those situations and maybe press a jab or maybe even do like neutral hop JB or JA. I think it could change a lot of matchups the more you do it.
Okay, mixing that option, there's the neutral jump. He's gonna find a big time punish off of the whiff throw from Peggy. Not enough to take out of SPG just yet, and the big rev blow answer from Peggy while they still have a little bit of sliver that left, and right back at you, says Hokuto.
We had to expect it, right? Like, you knew he was gonna do it in response to. You didn't throw, but he whiffed! No! He got dash he got dash into DP, and I know he didn't want that, but it didn't matter. Peggy dropped the combo anyways.
Yeah, Scramble ended up working out for Hokuto there. Now just one round away from keeping their tournament life alive and sending Peggy home. Barb super on deck for both players right now. Another neutral jump is going to go ahead and find themselves a punish, and Peggy's going to be going to the corner. Does have some super if they want to get out of SPG here. They are going to cash out big time with the hidden gear. This life bar is about to just eviscerate.
Yeah, it won't be enough to kill, but EX command grab is very scary here. We do end up committing to it. Peggy, one interaction away from being knocked out of this bracket. Oh, goodbye.
Blow. One more guess. Go for Peggy. See if they can find something here. Hokuto's still in SPG, but the wake up DP is going to go ahead and land, and Hokuto going to be moving on to losers quarterfinals, and it is going to be the end of the road for PeggyMX.
Hot shot. The young buck coming up against one of Mexico's finest, both in KOF and a lot of SNK games, on the Hokutomaru. See how this ends up going. Air fireball here from the rock is gonna go crazy. Skedaddle, Skadoodle, I'm definitely playing neutral. How did that work?
That's the combo there, but Robert answers right back with the light confirmed. Right to neutral we go. The neutral jump finds its home. Ryuki taking Robert right out of SPG and getting a lot of damage.
That's already a huge life lead. Nice. One up just defend. Why did we do JA there? Was that an OS? What were we doing? Oh, hey, command grab. Goodbye. Thank you for the round. That is round number 1 to Ryuki. Wow, that was optimized as hell. That did, like, no damage, but it was optimized as hell.
Yeah, the double DP break into the elbow. It's definitely cool to look at, but that damage was just slowly chipping away. Out of the way, Ryuki taking that first round. Robert with the SPG up in the front. Haven't seen him throw out that red blow too much, but the 2C. Wild punish finding its home. Ryuki heading over to the corner now in SPG.
Oh my damn it. Oh, but again, just the EX elbow, let it rip on block, just ends up working again for Ryuki. Robert trying to interact maybe too much. What is happening? That was
City
3
of the
of
Wolves
them.
is happening.
That was 3 of them. What are we doing? The hitting gear to knock us back down to 0 on the rev gauge. Command grab is scary here. But we can just play neutral. We can play the lamest neutral of our life. We are Rock Howard.
Yeah, that was the air fireball we were talking about earlier. Once Ryuki gets that lead, he just likes to throw it. Just hang back. You got to come to him.
Can't be giving all of those to just defend, but just lets a rev blow rip. Lets another one rip. We're not playing real neutral right now, but the 2C wild punish. Do we get a super here? Yes. Knocks Ryuki out of SPG. Wake up DP is still scary. Gets the low into the super, and it will be enough for Robert to make the comeback.
Gotta watch your toes there. I can't believe Robert just committed to the 2B again, but it ended up working out for him as he cashed out with the meter. Spending it all to stay alive here in the first game. One round apiece.
Yo, holding back full screen, both players. Whoa. I think Ryuki tried to react there. Okay. They are just actually hitting each other.
Love to see a catch out the two, but there a sliver of SPG left for Robert if my eyes don't deceive me.
Yeah, they do still have the yellow flame. Now they don't. Oh wow, that was a great hit confirm. Do we get the super off of this to knock Ryuki out of SPG? I think we do. Absolutely.
Good call there. Robert's still in the corner, or excuse me, Ryuki's still in the corner, throwing that air fireball, trying to run right after it.
He was trying to peek into the future. That's what that throw was. But that is going to be game number 1 for Robert. Oh, the slideshow almost coming in. The router kick potential from Ryuki.
All right, well, Robert able to just navigate, you know, in some bad spots. So there was a point in which Ryuki had a massive life lead, and Robert was able to go ahead and still around and just navigate his way around those air fireballs. So the mobility still being so potent from a Hokutomaru player.
All right, let's see how Ryuki adjusts going into this next one. They have one more game to be played, so the last potential tournament life for Ryuki. Let's see how it ends up working out.
See if Ryuki changes that game plan from trying to be zoning to just really trying to be wide on rice against Robert and just not giving Robert a chance to really leave the floor and just smother him. Could be an option to be looking for here, but as we get into game number 2, we'll see what the answers are.
Round 1. Get ready. Fight SPT.
Oh, that ends up working out. Okay. Takes both of those to the face. Great frame trap from Ryuki there. Knocks Robert out of SPG, but a wake-up throw. I always say wake-up throw is a really good defensive option depending on how fast it is. And it's 5-frame startup in this game, if I recall, with 3 frames active. So it's not too bad, but again, the EX elbow just works in the gap for some reason. Like, Robert's, like, trying to hyper defend or holding forward. I'm not even sure.
I might even be trying to challenge out of the way, not working out for him. Just one hit away. Low confirm lands for Robert. Gotta watch the wake up though. Another throw. Ryuki still in SPG. Wake up super. Didn't have to let it rip. Could have just DP'd and hoped for the best. But hey, cashing out works for it. And Ryuki taking that round there over Robert.
That teleport timing was unreal because he was inches away from taking one of those fireballs, just like that. But he actually EX teleport out. Reversal super on wake up. Robert not wanting to hold any of this. Oh, neither is Ryuki. We are not blocking.
Looking for the rising tackle there. Might spell disaster as that's big time damage. One more hit might be it, but another rising tackle finds it. Robert still in SPG. The 2C finds its home, and that should be all she wrote for the round. Robert now on match point.
Oh, didn't like that at the end. All right, potential set point for Robert. 1 round away.
Teleport comes in, hits its mark. Robert pouring another damage, does have some super on death. They're going to spend it. Ryuki now in SPG.
All right. Potential last interactions for Ryuki. Robert's still in SPG, so you do have to be scared of the bust out.
Going the shuriken. In the space game, understanding that Ryuki has to make the first move as they run in. Robert looking for a little bit of the hang time there, the double jump. Get himself out of the corner. Rev blow from the side of Robert, no reaction there. And there comes the elbow to start it.
Yeah, hitting gear, absolutely. Put yourself back down to 0. You get quite a bit of a life lead, and you're still in SPG, so you do get some damage increase. And you do get some discount because it's in the 2nd slot. Rev XL discounts in the 2nd and 3rd slot. Nice. Doesn't throw. I like that, but I don't like that.
Yeah, the fadeaway jump there finds its home for Robert. In the corner, trying to throw the air fireball and get a juggle off it, but the 2C, stop us if you heard us before, but that 2C just works out so well as an option, and Robert taking it 2-0 over Ryuki. God bless.
07. 07. 07, it just happens like that.
Win away from going over to losers finals at that point, guaranteeing themselves inside the money. Loser is going to face the end of the line, so let's get into it quickly.
Round start, EX, Arapukin. Nice.
Throw.
Hey, knocked out of SPG already, and we let it rip, but we're not ready to punish. We do run up Rising JC, which I don't feel was intentional, but I'm not entirely sure what he wanted otherwise.
Trying to work their way out of the corner here. Hokuto still pestering him with the jump buttons. Big DP there.
Just getting warmed up.
Nice. Again, the JC counter hits yet again. Hokuto pressing too many buttons. That is the thing I've seen a lot out of Hokuto, is that not really a fan of MT jumps. It doesn't really go for a lot of just defense, but that's a huge open up. Are we going to spend the 1 bar here for the knockdown? It's going to be a good chunk of damage. Will it be enough to kill? Oh. Uh-oh.
Desperate game time for both players. Cannot take the hit, but the dive kick chases all the way down. Like Nike, just do it. Gotta watch your toes as Hokuto. Taking the first round there over Dany.
I've seen that way too often, where Hokuto gets that jump, and then the players instinctively on that jump backdash, and then the EX dive kick just catches the backdash.
Busy there on the DP break. Hokuto just against the wall with no help to really work with right now. Dany's still untouched. It's gonna be a, oh, excuse me, no, they wouldn't get touched. No, that's perfect game. I forgot the perfect game shows up afterwards. It is gonna be a PKO for Dany Maza. Now 1 round apiece.
Get ready. Fight
Oh, great. Yeah, baits out the stand tech yet again. That's the Under Knight in me talking, but wake up DP.
Yeah, Dany's actually been all tournament long, finding a lot of mileage out of that neutral jump there. Good to see, finding some damage. And speaking of damage, getting a little bit more there.
Oh my
Hokuto's in the
God.
corner. The command grab finds its home when you least suspect it, and barring a drop. Excuse me, should have been the super there. Not enough to kill now.
He tried to catch him in his loving arms. You see that? He was trying to like anti-air OTG the command grab. We are spending everything on block. You are about to be guard broken. Wake up, EX! Raging Storm. Dany Maza taking game number 1.
Sometimes you gotta churn the butter and let it rip. That's exactly what Dany did. It's gonna work out for him. 1 game to 0 now, as Dany's trying to move forward here on loser side of the bracket.
All right, let's see how Hokuto can adjust. Dany, that pressure string at the end was crazy.
Alright, well, game number 2, right back into it we go. See if Hokuto has something to say about Dany's first game. Moonstar moves off, jump again, looking for the dive kick. No one's home. Great rising tackle lift from Dany Maza, protecting the skies. A low confirm lands. Not all the way through the red blow for Hokuto.
Nice. The 2C, great anti-air, and reaction red blow. We saw green means go.
Passing the vibe check there is Dany, still in SPG with a nice little life lead on Hokuto right now in the corner. That kick comes in, looking for the throw, but no one's home. Dany Maza just 1 round away from moving on in this bracket.
round 2. Get ready.
Round start, up back, EX air Rapukin leads into a short combo. Hokuto knocked already out of red blow. Kind of sucks. Now they're going to have to risk it on a DP, and I've seen them do it before. There's another one.
Like this there on the throw. Then he's just biding his time, playing a good distance here, just backdashing a lot, rushes in, finds a 2B, like confirm, and trying to chase down the roll.
Yep, up back EX dive kick. You love to see that. Works out yet again. Sauce to be scared of the potential red blow. No BB tag.
Trade there as Hokuto puts himself into the corner. Dany's still on the back foot, just walking away, looking for some kind of punish.
Uh-oh. That's enough to kill. You do have hitting gear here. Will this be enough to kill? Uh-oh. I think this actually kills. I think Hokuto's out of the bracket in 5th place. Oh, goodbye.
Yeah, that definitely was enough to kill. Completely eviscerated the life of Hokuto, and they are going to be knocked out of the bracket. Dany Maza heading over to losers semi-finals, fully cashing out with the hidden gear. Is 1 step closer to finishing in the money. Losers going home, so a lot on the line in their own rights here, and just an online weekly bracket. Things do get pretty tense sometimes.
Round 1. Get ready.
See Hyde switching up for the Dante Devil May Cry skin this time. I like the palette swap.
What the hell is this one? Is he... Oh, he is Dante. You're
Hey,
right.
Dante, yeah.
That's a power-up right there. He went from JoJo with lack of brain cells to Dante with lack of brain cells. Which Dante are we, though? That's important. We can't be the Netflix Dante. Don't do it.
Nah, absolutely you don't. Like a little old school, little DMC3-ish there. Like the look there as Robert gets in a little bit of damage. Next neutral cross-up doesn't land, but the light confirm finds its home.
I didn't actually see that hit. I was like, what? I just committed the super on block, but great eye.
Trying to get the hang time there. Great JD in the air. Little Rev Guard to get some space as he's slowly getting walked down to the corner there. Light punish from the side of Hyde. Not enough to kill just yet, but they do have the super on deck and gets counter hit on the way back into the corner.
Ay, ay, ay. That feels extra bad if you're Hyde. Wanted to run it down, but the up back is too good.
Round 2.
Still playing a little bit on the back foot. Those EX burn knuckles really aren't working. Maybe they need it to be a little bit slower, so, because the EX elbow is working against Robert, but the EX burn knuckle not working out so far.
There you go. Oh, big time punish coming from Robert. Does have a bar super on deck. See if they choose to spend it. Deciding to go with the knockdown route there. Out of SPG now is Robert trying to come in with 2C. Okay, anti-air.
Okay. Throw doesn't kill. Overhead doesn't kill. Overhead counter hit does kill, but the up back JB, the EX burn knuckle whiffs. We're spending a lot on neutral skips. Looking like Street Fighter, but that's a big open up, but we dropped the combo, and that is going to be the punish. Feels extra bad if you're Hyde.
Yeah, tough series of events there, but Robert taking full advantage of it. Now up 1 game. It is still first to 2 over losers quarter, so just 1 more game is going to go ahead and punch their ticket moving forward. See how Hyde responds here.
This smells like identity theft.
Ooh, we're going back into it. Do we get a color change?
Yeah, he just didn't have the power of Hatsune Miku or JoJo, so he might have to switch over if he wants to go ahead and take this set.
Oh no, we're still DMC. I mean, I'm just saying. Hatsune Miku is the world's #1 idol. I should know. I have way too many merch items for Hatsune Miku.
Yeah. All my homies love Hatsune Miku.
I'll go grab one. Hold on.
Round 1.
All right, starting game number 2. Both players with the SPG up front. What they can do with it. Anti-air there from the side of Robert. Don't do too much damage, but coming in with a red blow.
Well, tries to run forward. The JB too good. Gets a great counter hit, but drops the combo yet again. That feels so bad if you're Hyde.
Committing with the crack shoot, though, ended up working out for him. Robert, nice little light conversion, get themselves out of the corner, take Hyde out of SPG.
Oh, uh-oh. Goodbye. So much damage. We are going to get the hard knockdown in the corner. Do we spend the super? Will the super be enough to kill? Oh.
Wow.
Chip. 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 Yeah, sure can.
That's a cross-up of all cross-ups there, off with the burn knuckle.
Who did he hit with that? Who was bro hitting with that? How does he have a hitbox like that? What's going on?
And both players just playing so slow here. Hyde just a little uncharacteristic. We've seen him kind of just go in non-stop, but Robert's definitely earned his respect. There's the jump C though. As soon as I speak, doesn't finish the combo once again. You hate to see it. And Robert's gonna take full advantage, taking Hyde out of SPG here.
I like the slide frame kill there to cover a little bit more space. EX burn knuckle whiffs again. The JB does end up working out. Great hit confirmed. Robert 1 interaction away from taking the set and moving on in this top 8. And Alt F4, you love to see it. It was in front of you the whole time.
Oh, Hatsune Miku jump scare on screen. That's the last thing I expected to see. A surprise, but a pleasant one for sure. Gotta get in before the tariffs start hitting, you know?
I've already pre-ordered my figures before the tariffs were even in conversation.
It's here.
Nah, you gotta save a buck, especially when it comes to Hatsune Miku gear. But, speaking of bucks, there's quite a little bit of bucks in the match arena up for grabs here as both players are trying to punch their ticket over into grand finals. First force, Tavera on the left with the white, Yurikov on the right with the red.
Starting off strong. Using usage of the teleports to keep the pressure going. Tavera stepping on the gas. Oh, hey, the BB tag.
Yes, They're in the 2B follow-up afterwards. Take first force out of SPG. Challenging the anti-air there, I like it. Waking up with the super, not gonna find its home, but no punish from the side of, Yurikov. I got him mixed up already, cross-eyed. First force.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be the round 2 first force. Ends up baiting out the reversal super with the great neutral double jump. You love to see that. Tavera stepping on the gas early.
And now Yurikov trying to answer the problem right there and go right back in. The teleport, but the anti-air is going to land for Yurikov and first force Tavera, finding themselves right back in the corner. Not quite an SPG just yet.
Yeah, it was really great stuff. That is one of the ways to deal with teleport. Anti-airs and the universal high dodge are very good at dealing with it. A lot of grounded moves get beat by universal high dodge, so it allows for some very funny grounded interactions. Where people are just starting to guess on universal high dodge and neutral.
Yurikov gets thrown there, one more guess, the JD, but the counter hit is going to find its home, and Yurikov striking blood, 1 round apiece now.
Final round. Get ready. Fight SPG.
There are some things happening in chat right now that I barely understand or do not need to understand. But it's looking like an absolute party over in chat right now as the action continues.
I almost got auto modded for saying that. What? Messed up. Okay, nice. Gets a 2B on the other side.
Jump into Yurikov, just has some shit on deck. Cashing out with it, big time damage. Small punish there, choosing to spin the meter there for first force Tavera. Slowly Yurikov almost out of SPG.
Nice. EX Shuriken, a little bit plus. Yurikov a little high on the Webpage. Nice usage of the air throw.
Big teleport in, no conversion all the way off of it though. Both players might just be one conversion away from getting this thing over with. Yurikov in overheat.
We don't need it. We just need a light confirm into super. Either side kills. Okay, nice air throw. Another interaction. Overhead does kill. But again, a light confirm does get it. And the 2A mash from Tavera, the 4-frame mash, is going to take game number 1.
Yeah, sometimes just got to mash it out. Ended up working out in first Tavera's favor there. I mean, both players not really getting a full command of neutral, just kind of been hit and run. Both of them are kind of just waiting to see who's going to swing first, pretty much with a big opening. But able to get their light confirms, get into a lot of damage, and just kind of take it from there.
Let's see how Yurikov can come back into it, because everything is coming up Tavera right now. I mean, there is one of the best Hokutomaru players in the world currently who's going to be at Combo Breaker, and that is the Geo. Probably on their way there already. So if you like Hokutomaru, you're definitely going to see at least a couple.
Yeah, no one's gotten tired of seeing this character yet. I'm 100% sure of that. Second shurikens out of the sky. Yurikov walk back down to the corner, still has the SPG online. Looking for the anti-air, but a big counter hit with the 2C. We'll find the dome and first Tavera right out of SPG.
That was not the anti-air I would expect one to commit to when fighting against Hokutomaru. Oh, just a full screen run up throw. You love to see it. Still an SPG though. Nice, just defend.
The air throw finds its home.
Oh, nice. Again, the air throw. Tavera's been landing a lot of those. Ends up working out really well. What the hell? That TK shuriken is so good. It just hits directly at head height. Plus enough.
Big jump in there. Doesn't fully get a punish off it. Rev guard to get himself some space.
Nice. Again with the throw. Tavera just guessing so right now. 15 seconds left on the clock. Does not matter. I think the run forward there crossed up Yurikov.
Yeah, and Tavera is able to get a life lead and just kind of coast from there. Just taking to the skies a lot, making sure that Yurikov can't really hit him for too much. And the game plan's just been working out flawlessly pretty much. Players just giving themselves a lot of respect, a lot of space given up here. Yurikov thing has a small life lead over, just backing up little by little, throwing the shuriken, running right after it. Big 2C lands, no conversion though.
Shades of Hotaru, except both of these characters have some of the best air actions in the game. Oh, that's a great hit confirm from Tavera yet again. Yurikov on the back foot, rips the reversal super that doesn't end up working out, and with the right routing, Tavera should be taking game number 2.
Yeah, they're like just enough to kill there, and it seems like Yurikov cannot get their hands on first force Tavera right now. Just able to get little pokes here and there, little bits of chip, but nothing too major landing for Yurikov just yet, as Tavera taking a 2-0 lead over Yurikov.
All right, let's see how we adjust here. Potential 3-0 in the winners finals is not what I had on this docket. I expected the Hokutomaru set to go on longer.
Yeah, Hokutomaru might be Hokutomaru's worst matchup. I'm not exactly sure based off of watching this, but first force just able to get their licks in just a little bit harder than Yurikov right now. Let's see if Yurikov changes up the game plan and just tries to go balls to the wall here.
I mean, aggression is definitely one way to do it. If you can't get them, to deal with your offense, why not just keep doing it?
As Yurikov did move that SPG bar right into the middle. I believe he had in the first 2 games.
Okay, Yurikov with a slight lead here. The offense been working out, but not really willing to commit. Again, going back to that slow-paced gameplay, but hey, wild punish off of the throw. Uh-oh.
Challenging with the light is first force. Looking for the hang time. Great defense there from the side of Yurikov. So at the SPG online, looking for the rev blow, but a big punish is on its way from first force to Vera.
I like great defense followed up by 2 rev blows on Wake Up. Both of them that got punished.
That's some Fatal Fury for you, as now first force to Vera on set point here, looking to go ahead and find a way over into grand finals. It's not exactly been a runaway, but just being so hard to hit, just constantly taking to the skies. Yurikov not able to really get in a lot of damage so far.
Yeah, his defense has been really strong, I think, in this set. A lot of usage of the rev guard on Wake Up to push back a little bit more. More willing to block and mash jabs rather than commit to something like rev blow or an up back. That's a great open up for Yurikov right now. Oh my god, see, that's footsies. That's almost like using like instant block to like push back into the immediate mash or shield and undernight. Rev guard into the 5B, into the Kuhadon is a great hit confirm. Yurikov does have rev blow. And usage right there, and that's going to be a counter hit right after you actually might explode. You're not dead just yet. Even the level 2 doesn't kill here. Oh, drops the combo anyways. Oh, goodbye.
That level 1, man, I am telling you, does a way more damage than you would think it would, but it is going to be first force to Vera, punching their ticket over into grand finals with a 3-0 over Yurikov, just being absolutely hard to hit there and just cashing out when they needed to. So, /JustKOF. One of those brackets, as we see on screen here, that lovely graphic for City of the Wolves Wednesdays over here at Just Frame Online. As you can see, absolutely stacked brackets. The heavy hitters come out to play, and same thing over for the KOF side of things. And a reminder that Combo Breaker is this weekend, and over here at Just Frame, we are going to be having the official Spanish restream for those of you who are non-native English speakers to go ahead and follow the action at full comfortability for Saturday and Sunday action. So hope to see all of you in chat following along with the high-level play over at Combo Breaker.
And of course, later this year, there is going to be Just Frame Offline 2025, September 13th to the 14th in Mazatlan, Mexico, with all of these wonderful games on the lineup. Of course, SNK is out here loud and proud with City of the Wolves, KOF 15, and Samurai Showdown, plus my personal favorite, Under Night 2 on the lineup with Virtua Fighter 5, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Grand Blue Rising, and Guilty Gear Strive to round it out. You will not want to miss what happens later this year. You can go ahead and register at justframe.mx.
Yeah, that one's going to be an absolutely stacked tournament, exactly the same way the Tournament of Honesty 5. Tournament of Honesty coming back there June 6 and 8. More info on the way. I'm never going to get tired of seeing that graphic right there. That thing is so clean.
He's chilling. That's the boy KFO Honesto. But yeah, we will get more information on that in just a little bit. It will be a 3-day weekend online bracket right before CEO. So it'll be an awesome watch. There will be a couple of games to be played there, so you do want to stay tuned in. It's going to be an awesome weekend. And of course, donate to the Matcherino if you are feeling so inclined to help out some of these players. Oh! His bald head!
Alright, getting into the match there. Robert starting out strong, gets himself a little anti-air combo, going into the rev blow.
Oh, nice. Gets the 2C. That is footsies, as the kids would call it. God, that rev blow does way too much damage.
It seems one more sequence might be enough for Robert to go ahead and close things out while they're still in the SPG here. He's going to get some space.
There's a real chance we get a Hokutomaru top 3. We're definitely going to get potential 3 Hokutomaru mirrors in the next half an hour.
Don't you wish that evil on me, Ricky Bobby?
Might happen though. First round to Robert. Didn't even lose like 20% of his life.
Yep. Level 1 cash out. Oh, so strong as Robert. It's a nice demanding 1-round lead here.
Oh god, the JB, that does work though. It's a huge open up for Dany right now. Oh my god, but the 2C wild punish is huge for Robert here. Spends the level 1, puts Dany in the SPG, does have access to the hitting gear now if the next confirm ends up coming to that, but the empty jump throw is huge.
Like the call there. Dany in the corner now using the rev blow. Gives some space.
With 2C too many times, but the nice delay for the EX teleport to catch the run-up action from Dany. Doesn't have super here, but throw does kill. Or throw should be close to killing. Oh no. We committed to the command grab. We didn't even condition or anything, and Robert was just holding up.
Yeah, it worked out for him either way. We talked about it before the match started, how much those rock players love to look for that command throw, especially in the corner right there, biting Dany in the butt. Now has to win 2 games in a row if they want a chance to go ahead and move into losers finals, but Robert's still looking clean.
Yeah, 1 more potential game, and then we can get 2 potential first to 3 sets of Hokutomaru mirrors, and hopefully we finish before midnight.
All right, let's get into it. See if Dany has found the answers. Back to the lobby there to go ahead and do some pondering. Gets themselves a throw to start things off here.
Ponder his orb. Nice. Gets a throw after the Kuandon break. Oh, but the BB tag.
Dany now in SPG. Robert is taking his foot off the gas, but coming right back in with the teleport. Doesn't get the conversion off of it. Dany coming right back in with another throw. Gets the jump in. Nice little chunk of change for them.
Yeah, this does extra damage too because of the SPG. Command grab does kill in this scenario. EX command grab anyways. Not going to need it though. The JC is enough. Great round from Dany there.
Yeah, slowly waking up there, getting a little more of the offense going, just getting a little more gorilla in there, but Robert getting a nice light conversion, no slipper off the back end of it. And he's giving him all the space he wants.
Nice just defend. Wow, wild punish on that as well. Really great stuff from Dany, but the universal anti-air from Robert on defense in the corner is even bigger.
Almost 50% gone now. Dany and SPG holding on to it just a sliver. Robert still on the attack, gets another throw. Dany out of SPG now. It's looking all Robert so far.
Yeah, it doesn't even really need to commit to anything. You have a massive life lead here, so you can just jump back up your way, but it's not going to matter. The universal anti-air is going to connect. We don't need to spend any extra meter there. Robert on set point.
And Dany just absolutely fighting for his life at this point. In the air fireball game started. We begin this potential last round. The DP break finds its home directly into the super. Big time damage taking Robert out of SPG.
Whoa, I feel old. He just DP break that super delayed teleport. I feel old. I was never doing that. Nice, this is a super. Okay, he does have command grab, but it doesn't kill, but it doesn't matter. Like confirmed, chip damage potentially. We're waking up with a match. Game number 3. Dany with a huge round and a huge momentum shift.
And the trade just working out for them there, and Dany has come alive. Now just one game apiece. This is a first to 2. Got to be careful here in what your decisions are going to be, but Dany seems like he might have cracked the code a little bit on how to get in on Robert.
All right. Can we break the potential curse of the Hokutomaru top 3? Can we break it? Can Dany lock in and free us from a terrible timeline?
Well, let's get into it. It is going to be a first to 2 rounds here. Dany trying to grace our top 3 with a little bit of rock action here. Robert trying to look in the mirror and see himself 2 different times potentially. Punching the shuriken out of the air is Dany.
That's not what we wanted. I think that was a Rapuken that we might have got after we just defended there. Maybe a little bit of a misinput. Unfortunate, but that 2C into the Kuadon break is a huge open up for Robert. Half health already. And fuzzy up back, it's caught.
Like the call there, Robert's still in SPG. It's all him right now. A big rising tackle swing is not going to hit the ball, and Robert is going to have a very commanding win in round number 1. Just 1 round away from giving us that Hokutomaru top 3.
Uh-oh. We did need a hero. Dany might not be the hero, though. Oh, but that's huge!
Send the tone early, looking for the 2B. Rev guard to get some space from Robert.
Oh my
Great
God.
TP break there, catching him out of the skies. Dany's revving up, though. Gotta watch the meter. Gets the throw off of the Rev guard.
Okay, that's huge. We knock ourselves out of range. The close B on wake up throw does kill in this scenario, but oh my God, the spacing with the Rev guard again to get the 2C whip punish. We saw that at Winners Finals with Tavera as well. Run up throw, still in SPG.
Like Dany was ready to let it rip there. Finds themselves in out of SPG. Super is on deck. Is this gonna be enough to kill? That's one more hit. Dany has hope, using the Rev guard to stop the shuriken. Slowly walking towards him. The walk and block. Looks for the super. Not gonna find its home. Still alive here.
Oh, nice Just Defend. More Just Defense. Another Just Defend with the 2B. Catches the counter hit. He is technically plus, and Robert putting us in the timeline of 3 Hokutomarus in top 8.
I usually have
Not the bad ending. Not the bad ending on stream, but it is. Yurikov and Robert. Cookie, are you ready for this action?
Is that the Cronin color? Did he just pick the Cronin color? Is that what I saw? The Cronin McDonald's? The Cronin McDouglas? I think it was the Cronin color. Listen, I'd rather see Cronin mirrors from 2 years ago. But Hokutomaru, losers finals, Yurikov versus Robert. Robert with the Cronin color, and we whiff that. No punish. We get the throw tackle. Robert, the immediate 2C match.
2C to God, starting things off early. Yurikov not even having a chance to get anything out of that SPG is Robert. Just on him like white on rice right now.
Nice air throw from Robert. Yurikov's been getting hit by a lot of those. Got hit by Tavera's air throws like 4 or 5 times with that Winners Final set.
These players out here protecting the skies. Great teleport there, and they get the juggle off of it. Like the call there from Robert. Still in SPG. Yurikov is not able to get enough damage to get him out of that, but the throw should do the trick.
Yeah, really great stuff. But again, Robert with the immediate jump into the super. It's going to be round number 1 to Robert.
Yeah, it just seemed like Yurikov was in another position where he's just not able to get their hands on a Hokutomaru player and really get some damage in. Robert able to stick and move consistently. There's another air throw that Yurikov is on the wrong end of.
Me when I get you type beat. Maybe this game isn't good. Listen, I love this game. I need to not see Hokutomaru anymore in my life. Nice run under 2B. That is great. That does work against teleport. Boing! Thumbs up. Oh, time to die.
Yep, big time damage. Level 2 on deck. Actually,
Yeah,
level 1 on deck.
Level 1 super. You're still in SPG though, so you get the damage increase. Overhead kills, throw kills. Nice block on the target combo into overhead from Yurikov. But will it matter? Oh, guard cancel shuriken! Who does that?
But 2C to God shuts that down real quick as Robert is going to be taking the first game over Yurikov here with a I mean, the game plan, once again, just working out, taking a page out of Tavera's book there and just being really hard to hit.
Yeah, I mean that is the Hokutomaru thing, right? Like, what else are we gonna do? You just gotta play it safe, play it chill.
Hokutomaru versus
See if Yurikov starts throwing out some air throws of his own. We see him be the victim of it a couple of times here from both Tavera and Robert. Definitely a great tool if you are a Hokutomaru trying to keep another one out of the sky or just control the screen like that. But we'll see.
round 1. Get ready. Fight PG.
Okay, let's see how game number 2 goes here for Yurikov.
Teleport to get in. Elbow in response from Yurikov. Nobody just landing a hit just yet. Still trying to use the hang time. No conversion off of that, but they pick it up with the throw.
Jump back JB, but the rev blow were out. They're free.
Running in is Robert at a life deficit this time. Let's see if Yurikov just tries to play the stick and move. Just walking back now, taking back to the skies, looking for the hang time. No one's home.
That feels so bad if you're Yurikov. You had the hit confirm there that could have led to a guess for game scenario, but now you're getting put into the corner, and now you have to guess.
Yeah, definitely where you don't want to be, but they're going to find the punish off of that anyways. Not going to be enough to close things out, and they're just going to take off running to the other side of the screen.
Oh, air throw would have won there. Oh, EX Shuriken block, the 2C block, but again the Shuriken on block. Robert getting a little too antsy with the mashes, and Yurikov with a right guess on the block string. Vance was running for his life.
Nice 2C there, counter hit. No conversion off it, but gets the universal anti-air. He's taking Robert over to the corner here.
That really great stuff. Mix up on the other side, empty low, but great block from Robert. Usage of the rev guard. Again, universal anti-air working out so well. We can see potential game 3 already.
Hitting gear at 50% health. I don't want to take chances and say it will kill, but last time
this one's not killing. This one's not killing. No way.
Okay,
All
there
right,
we
Pro
go.
does kill. Overhead does kill as well. You do have access to all your rev bar again, so you can just do a funny block string. Doesn't even need it. The throw and the perfect in round number 2. Yurikov taking game number 2.
Yeah, now one game apiece in the mirror match there. It's a tale of 2 games so far. Just Yurikov able to get his damage in and then play keep away from there, or Robert getting his damage and playing keep away. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, really great stuff. Was changing up his momentum a little bit. Played a little bit faster pace. But was adjusting on strings and on offense for stuff that Robert was showing before. Using a lot of shurikens on block. I really did like that. Maybe to catch the 2C from Robert.
Yeah, that back dash 2C it's a really good thing, but the fireball is going to catch it there. It's a great call on that. But let's get into game at number 3. Both players with the SPG out in front once again. Turn up the JDs on the shuriken. A little air to air there.
Got a handshake? What's going on there? Rev blow again. What ends up working this time? Yurikov committed to some normals on block. Robert has been doing that run up close B against people in SPG to not try to deal with any reversals. Oh, the light confirm into the shuriken. Robert in control right now. One more hit to seal it. Doesn't go for the super. Goes for the W greed. It is going to work out. Target combo on the other side. Robert with a very fast round number 1 in game number 3.
Yeah, those light confirms is working out so well for Robert as Yurikov got stuck in the corner.
Oh, that's going to be a confirm. Yeah, you get super after that as well. Not knocked out of SPG yet. Got to be scared. Oh, but the wake up reversal super. I do like that. Oh my god, that's just rookies. I can't believe that actually didn't connect on block. The backdash gets Robert out of there. Leads to a huge wild punish confirm. Usage of the super guarantees the hard knockdown.
It's time to guess. Just mashing out the 2A there is going to work out for Yurikov. Gets the counter hit there. No conversion off of it. And we're going right back to neutral.
Yeah, the 4-frame match. Again, the shimmy. Yurikov, I know, wanted to escape that situation so bad, which is why they were jumping back and walking back. But the second they get put on block, they get shimmy wild punish with the far C. And Robert taking game number 3 back so fast.
Yeah, it was very dominant without being explosive from the side of Robert. He was able to chip away over and over and over. And now with that 2-1 game lead, just one game away from having another mirror match over with Tavera in grand final. But we'll see if Yurikov has something to say about it.
All right, potential last game for Yurikov's life for Robert to make grand finals against First Force. Let's see how these next 2 rounds end up going. Coming up, Robert right now.
Yeah, anytime the teleport counter hit, I love that. Gets the juggle off of it. Robert busting out all the tricks right now. Like confirm, still with the SPG. So dangerous in the beginning of the round.
Oh, that's so bad. That is going to be a lead to a huge confirm. Not going to be able to use super. You build a meter off of hitting red blow? I didn't even realize. He just gets metered enders. Oh my god.
There's the overhead to close things out there. Robert is 1 round away from heading over to grand finals.
Oh. That might be it. That might have sealed the deal. Yet again, the shimmy into the wild punish on the throw tech. We build a lot of meter. Next hit will lead into hitting gear.
Yurikov can take him out of it. Jumping in is Robert. Gets hit the counter hit. No conversion there from Yurikov.
Oh, no, he goes for a small confirm. Nothing massive. That feels so bad. I think, like, literally. Okay, yeah. I mean, next hit, if it's a big hit, does lead to a kill. This light won't kill, but overhead does kill. Throw does kill. I mean, shurikens do kill. We might not even need it, though. The throw on the other side, and Robert taking it 3-1 over Yurikov to make grand finals loser's side. Just Frame guys to get some English commentary over here on Just Frame like we are doing tonight.
Yeah, you can go ahead and maybe pair up with Rome himself or even El Cole. Who knows what the future to bring for if you want to go ahead and commentate, but who knows what the future is going to bring here in this grand finals match here. Robert on the loser side has a double jeopardy First Force Tavera if they want to take this tournament. First Force only needing those 3 games to close things out.
Nice, 2B works out. Robert in control right now. The potential to see the bracket reset is looming in my mind. And the thought of it, man, I gotta wake up at 7 a.m. for my flight.
Not the Hokutomaru top 3 making you late for your flight to combo, but wouldn't that be a situation? But let's see how things play out here right now. Robert with a nice little life lead. First Force working on that though. Like confirmed from the side of Robert, 1 conversion away from closing things out here. The Rev Guard to go ahead and stop the inward momentum of Robert.
I like the usage of the target combo there to stay right up on them while Rev Guard is going off with the shuriken for your shuriken.
Taking the first game there is Robert. 1 step closer to that grand finals reset.
Okay, we're out. We still have SPG, and we got crossed up, and now Tavera's out of SPG, so now we lose. Right?
That might be how it works here.
You get hit into hitting gear. Uh-oh. Ooh. Okay, the trade works out in Tavera's favor. Knocks Robert out of SPG, but again, the light confirm on the other side. Another light confirm could lead into potential death. Just short overhead kills. Throw does kill, but the delayed JV. Robert taking game number 1 in a very quick fashion.
Yeah, just 2 games away now from getting that grand finals reset. Just masterfully played there. Just sticking to their strings and just believing in their offensive game plan once again. And First Force, they have to win 3 if they want to go ahead and fend off this reset.
What did he do that for? Is he getting freaky with it? What was that?
You know, that might be a SPG change. Not 100% sure, but they might just be getting freaky with it.
The mind game? He already won game 1 and then he hit him with another mind game?
Round 1.
Okay.
Get ready. Fight SPG.
Alright, let's see how game number 2 goes. The universal anti-air, really great stuff. Gonna lead into a knockdown. He builds an insane amount of meter off of that knockdown. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Just throw there. Robert still has a sliver of SPG left. They use it to get the anti-air rev blow.
Okay, the teleport actually ends up working. Robert with a fast round yet again, 20 seconds.
Round 2. Get ready. Fight SPG.
Taking the skies once again. A little damage there off of the air button. Throwing the shurikens.
The X Shuriken, but 2C into 2C works out for Robert. Tavera doing the most while Robert doing the least and guarantees himself a counter hit.
Out of SPG now is Tavera. Robert's still in line. A little bit of hang time there.
Oh, he's dead. 2 games to Robert. Is this going to be a 6-0? Like, what is going on? He's cooking.
Yeah, looking very, very strong right now. Quick games, too. One thing we talked about before the match started, or before we saw this top 3 with Hokutomaru, is that these matches kind of haven't been runaways, but right now Robert just kind of breaking the monotony, and they've been looking very, very dominant on offense so far.
I did say Robert was the one to potentially go the distance, and then he got put into losers, and then he, like, made one hell of a run back. When did he get put into losers? Hold on. He was... Where did... He gets put into losers for top 16 qualifiers to Jozz, and then wins both of his losers matches, beats Lokof to make top 8, and then makes the losers run all the way here. So, one round away to reset the, or one match away to reset the bracket.
Yeah, running the gauntlet as well, all the way from that loser side. If Tavera has anything to say about it here.
Okay. Again, the close B into the 2B, 5B into the confirm knocks Tavera out of SPG. But again, universal anti-air on the hop. Robert has been so good at reacting to that. Wow, that was great usage to build that meter to get that super. This is huge right now.
Should just be one conversion away from being able to close things out. Tavera trying to fight back though, getting back to neutral.
Okay, Tavera finally with the lead, but the wake up, stand, jab, mash, throw does kill here. Tries to go for the tick throw, but the rev guard pushback from Tavera ends up working out. Nice just defend. That feels bad. That feels extra bad. He read that like a book.
Yeah, I definitely get the idea with the wake up super there, just to try to go ahead and get Robert off you, not working out there. And Robert just one round away now from resetting this bracket.
Oh, okay, yep, we're going
What
all the
is
places
going
with this. Yep. welcome to that rev blow interaction. I've seen that once before. I think I was on the mic for that last time I saw that happen.
That
Okay,
was
get
the
a super knockdown.
situation of all situations there.
Yeah, put this man in a situation. Nice throw, we're out. Tavera can finally potentially put a round on the board, but Robert might be looking to run it back. Wake up rev blow is scary. The run forward, I'm out of here. Uh-oh, we're not out. We're back in. Put this man in a situation.
Nice, their conversion there, and Tavera finally putting themselves on the board here. Gets their first round, now one round apiece here. Robert still sitting on 2 sticks of butter down below, and now that SPG, the hitting gear, is online early.
Nice, gets the MT low, knocks Tavera out of SPG. That's a huge lead for Robert right now. Walk forward, we're out. We just let that rip, okay.
Challenged again from the 2A. Tavera looking a little more confident, just pressing.
Oh, yeah, the wake up bash in response. Even health. Tavera with slightly more meter. That's gonna be huge. Overhead kills, throw kills. This could be the potential comeback. But the 2C is going to lead into the bracket reset as long as we don't drop this. Robert 3-0 bracket reset. All it took was one 2C counter hit to seal the deal.
2C, the god, showing his head once again, and Robert, I mean, with an absolutely pretty much dominant 3-game run there, and we're gonna be seeing some more Fatal Fury.
Just frame, jump scare. We got the jump scare. Shout outs to Just Frame 2025, the offline bracket happening September 13th to the 14th in Mazatlán, Mexico. Of course, City of the Wolves going to be one of the prime time games there, along with KOF 15 and Samurai Shodown and a myriad of other games. Shout outs to Under Night 2. I assume Tavera and Robert will both be there. That is happening in just a couple months in September. Now that CotW is not happening this year, you could plan a trip to Just Frame offline.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a great little turnaround there. A lot of games ran too. Nice to see all those titles represented, especially Samurai Showdown and then Under Night. Nice to see them show their heads at some majors and things like that. But let's get right back into the action. It is going to be the true final between Robert and First Force Tavera, as Robert still continues to look dominant, immediately taking First Force Tavera out of SPG and has well over a 60% life lead at this point, and another light conversion finding its own.
Robert's still on the offensive control. The Farsi does whiff. Tavera gets a small light confirm, but you still have to deal with SPG. But whiffs on the Kuhadon leads to Tavera getting a nice hit.
Great juggle there, building up the meter, spending the super. Almost equal here. Robert with a little bit more of life lead using the teleport, but a great check there from the side of Tavera. Does have the level 1 on deck.
No, just short. Oh my god, the wake up mash. He gets the light confirmed. You tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, Cronin McDouglas.
Yeah, Robert is still looking so strong, even in the scrambles right now. 1 round lead here, trying to put the first game on the board in this reset.
Okay, light confirmed, corner push. Oh, too early on the EX Shuriken for the plus range. That one works though. Uh-oh. Nice, the back throw. Knocks Robert out of SPG. Tavera's still in SPG, so they got the resource advantage. Okay.
Trading on the 2C there, the ultimate handshake from both the players. Right back to neutral, but the anti-air off of the teleport. It's going to go ahead and hit the mark. First Force putting themselves in the overheat, using 1 bar of super to kind of lower that.
Okay, but now you have to deal with this. You are stuck in the corner. Robert can run a lot of offense. A potential guard break means a potential death. That's not going to be enough to kill, but it's going to get very close. You're still in guard break after this, potentially. You have to wake up super.
Robert not going to overheat either, but gets the guard crush. Doesn't need to follow up on it, and the 2C. It's going to find its home in the middle of that scramble, and Robert is now 2 games away from finishing off the entire tournament after a masterful reset. Just a complete freight train right now, Cookie.
Yeah, everything is coming up. I'm surprised they actually didn't get a confirm off of the guard crush there. Maybe they weren't expecting it. I thought Tavera was going to do like delayed reversal super.
Hokutomaru versus Hokutomaru.
The pillow is waiting is crazy. It's time to go to bed. 2 games left for the potential bedtime speed run.
I know, and I'm lucky I'm on the West Coast over here. It's just 8:40 for me, but I know you East Coasters are in it for the long haul.
Midnight, and then I gotta wake up at like 7:30 and finish my packing, finish my preparations, and then take that Uber to the airport, and we on the way to Combo Breaker. I'm on the way to that Universal Anti-Air yet again on the teleport.
Big time damage to start things off here. Robert out of SPG early. First time we really seen him not really rock with it for the first like 15 seconds of the game. Himself a throw here as we go back to neutral. Looking for the cross, but it's an empty jump into the throw.
Wow. How many times am I going to see this forward throw? Tries to go for it again, but Tavera tried to mash, and Robert said, no, I'm going to press a button this time.
Looking for the fadeaway there. Another throw. No tech in sight for Tavera. A counter hit lands.
Goodbye. Thanks for the round.
That's going to be enough to close it out. What a conversion there from Robert. Now 1 round away from taking that 2-0 lead over First Force. Tavera hunting for this tournament win.
I like that. Okay, up back feint. The wake up mash. Okay. Wake up reversal super. Tavera not out of it just yet, but I've seen him lose these rounds before.
And the Shuriken started checking with the 2B off of the run. With the teleport.
Uh-oh. That might be it.
The 2C of all time finds its home. 2 stacks of meter on deck. Let's see what the guess is going to be from Rivera.
God.
Survey says you guessed wrong. It's going to be a lot of damage incoming.
Whoa, that killed! Did way more damage than I thought. Robert up 2. Oh, I did not expect that to kill.
That If that isn't us for asking for a patch, I don't know what would be, but that level 2 with an insane amount of damage is Robert now just one game away from closing out the entire tournament.
Hokutomaru versus Hokutomaru.
All right, Cookie, a potential last game here for the tournament as Robert continues just to completely run away with the set so far. 5 games in a row. Or excuse me, did Tavera win one?
No, it's 5
Okay,
right
5
now.
games. Jesus.
He almost won game number 3 of the pre-bracket reset, but Robert had one hell of a comeback.
Yeah, it's hard to stop that momentum, and Robert right now just using all of it to his advantage. A 2C counter hit. Not gonna be enough to take Tavera out of SPG. Actually, excuse me, it is. I forgot how much damage that Rev Blow does.
Yeah, at the
Off
end,
table
yeah.
now.
Okay, you gotta confirm off of that. Yeah, you do get the elbow there. I think you could maybe extend a little more if you wish. I know you get super there and it's a really great conversion. Oh my god, what's you? Definitely gonna see the super here. Not enough to kill. Overhead does kill. Throw does kill. You are guessing for your life. Oh, goodbye. Oh, he didn't elbow? I thought he would elbow. Huh? How did that huh? How did it whip?
Yep.
Round 2.
All right, but it is gonna be tournament point now for Robert as they completely have been running away with the set. You're very strong so far. See if Tavera can hold this off for just a little bit longer.
Oh. Nice. That's another like confirm. Oh, but the 2C from Robert will be enough to knock First Force out of SPG. Uh-oh.
Runs in, gets the throw. Robert's been finding a lot of openings off of that throw so far. Gets the light confirm into the super. Almost business decision time for Tavera as they answer back.
Oh, that could have been a 2C. Gets the JB. We don't have enough for super, but we're not going to need it as Robert takes it 6-0 in the grand finals over First Force, taking this week's Just Frame City of the Wolves bracket.
Are you like?
Yeah, just completely stole momentum even over in loser's side and just did not give it up for the rest of the tournament. Looking absolutely dominant in that grand finals, including the reset, was Robert, and that's why they are your Just Frame weekly champion for this week. Great action all around, Cookie.
They had one hell of a losers run. They did very, very well. So shout outs to them. Robert doing very well in this game as they do in KOF as well. Well, definitely one of the best KOF players in Mexico. Definitely gives people a run for their money, and it's no surprise to see them doing well in City of the Wolves as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But I think that should be closing things up for us here over at Just Frame. Massive congratulations to Robert and the other top 3 for showing out and showing the strength once again of Hokutomaru. I want to remind you guys that Just Frame is here every single Wednesday, same time, same place. If you want to go ahead and join up for one of these tournaments, you see the link right there, start.gg/COTW for City of the Wolves Wednesdays, kicking off every week at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. If you are interested in joining or tuning in. But I am Non-Factor. You can find me over on Twitter at NonFactorFGC and on Twitch on NonFactorFGC. Cookie, I know where they can find you next, but if you want to give some shout outs, now's your time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can find me at CookieFGC on all of my socials, Twitter, Twitch, SoundCloud, Instagram. I do music as well as commentary, but I will be on the mic this weekend for Combo Breaker. You will see me doing some City of the Wolves pools in KOF top 32 and top 8. So be on the lookout for that. The KOF bracket is absolutely insane, and I'm excited to see how that goes. And of course, Just Frame will be doing the official Spanish restream, so you will be seeing that this coming weekend as well. So do tune in to Just Frame if you are not a native English or non-native English speaker to get that official Spanish restream. But that will be it for myself and Non-Factor here tonight. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. There will be a short raid after this, so do go support whoever we do raid after this. That is it for us tonight on Wednesday. See some of y'all at Combo Breaker, and see y'all next week for another Just Frame set of weekly brackets. Peace.